Welcome to Through the Wire.
Through the wire. You over there munching.
Bro, I was just finna say that. Because remember what he said too, right?
What'd he say?
He said, these just a regular. These just a regular banana nut muffins.
Taste? Oh, you're regular. This is regular. He over
They
there.
decent.
Now they decent.
I said it was
He
decent.
fucked the whole bag up.
That's one. 19 seconds in.
Oh, damn.
19 seconds in. That's
1.5.
crazy.
He messed the whole bag up. How many was in there?
3.
They all gone.
But I'm going to be all right. You just killed them.
Banana nut muffins, they just have a unique taste. It's kind of addicting. Once you start eating them, you can't really stop.
You a munch. All right, let's address the elephant in the room. Mike, how did you not alert this man that today was Jersey Day? You had one job.
One job.
He wasn't in Discord last night, and honestly, I just fell asleep. But it's not the first time I forgot to tell KB something. Last time I forgot to tell him something, he missed the whole. Did you miss
the
the
basketball game? Yeah.
That's crazy.
One of the few games I would have got real PT too.
Yeah,
I would have got real PT that day. So yeah, he wanted to hit me up about a trade in the league, but not tell me about the theme day at work.
I thought you would remember from the last time we mentioned on the podcast.
We didn't mention it on the podcast.
I think we did mention it, but I don't think we set like a day. It was kind of like we should do that. But
Right, that's what I mean. That could have been any day. Should I just
We
worn a
talked about
jersey
it,
every episode until the day?
So
yeah,
obviously
y'all see. Keep one in your trunk.
He gonna keep. Just admit your fault of not telling me.
My bad.
So y'all see, we got Jersey Day. D. Millie, who you got?
LaMarcus Aldridge, the Blazer legend.
Hey, that jersey is weak. That jersey is weak.
I like it because it's Lamar, it's
Yeah.
Aldridge, but the jersey is.
No, yeah, that's the whole style of it is weak. It's not.
I always
good,
loved
but
their red jerseys growing up, but yeah, that jersey is definitely out of like.
Where did you
Walmart.
get that from?
Somebody said.
It was a vintage one.
Oh.
Yeah, one of those vintage people who be sending us stuff.
He said that in my behind the scenes. I was like, let me not correct him because there people gonna think I'm on his head. He says, yeah, it's the vintage one. Hardwood Classic is more vintage, but you know.
Right, LaMarcus played there like for 7 years ago. It's not that old.
Mike, who you rocking with?
Rock with LO.
Who was that low?
Lamar Odom.
Okay, just want the people at home to know.
Oh, my fault.
And then I got that boy out of Fresno State.
I got some really cool jerseys at the
Oh,
crib
George.
too. That's the
So
sad
you
part.
could have took advantage of today.
I would have might have brought like 6 after trying to see what y'all had on and just
He
flip
would have
through
been
'em.
like PJ Tucker. Every 20 minutes, he would have changed jerseys.
Every segment change the jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Should
Unfortunately.
have been decent.
Be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel. If you listen on audio platforms, come to the YouTube channel, subscribe. If you're going to the YouTube channel, go to the audio platforms. We were sitting at the 6th biggest basketball podcasts in America the other day.
Go get us the top 5, man.
We want to hit top 5.
Go.
So
Top five.
and that's the audio platform. So go
Right.
ahead and do that. Also, Denver. Opening night, we are coming to Denver for a live show that is Tuesday, October 24th. Go to ttwtour.com to RSVP. The doors open at 2:45. The show is at 3 o'clock. So if people that are there to maybe see the ring ceremony, you can come to the show and then go to the game. It should be a ton of fun. We did this exact same thing in San Francisco after the Warriors won their last championship,
I wonder if we're doing it the exact same way.
like outside and
No, like driving up.
I guess we'll find out tomorrow in that meeting
Yeah.
what the plan is. But for y'all, ttwtour.com, completely free. This is not the last Through the Wire stop, but this is the last of this specific tour.
Yeah.
Tour number 2 has yet to be determined, but there will be a tour number 2. So if you're in Denver, completely free. Even if you ain't got tickets to the game, baby, we can come out and have a
That's
great
your
time.
ticket right there.
Yeah, have a great
That's
time.
the best next step.
I'm excited about this one.
Yesterday, media day. Wonderful media day. A lot of things going on. KB, you funny.
What did I do?
Reach under the chair.
Reach under the
There's something under the couch.
Oh, snap.
Happy early birthday, my
Oh, snap.
The New Orleans.
Look at the guys. Oh, my God. Bro, this is clean.
You thought we weren't going to tell you, man?
This is so clean, bro. Who is it? This is from the group?
That's from P.
That's from P.
Appreciate you, P.
You thought we weren't going to tell I told them.
I was
texted.
going to get on Mike's ass. Wait,
I know. That's why instead of like when you walked in, like, but no, it's actually, I wanted the episode to start.
I was
Yeah.
gonna be mad too. Did you hear him? He was like, "Man, I think I got a jersey in the car. Should I go to the other room?" I was like, "Just hold on, you thirsty."
Yeah. Yeah. The greatest point guard in the history of point guards.
Hold on, P.
This is so clean. This was just at the store? They just
That was
had
at the
this.
store.
Damn.
What store?
Bro,
The
Jersey,
one
no?
at the
Oh, okay.
at the dig.
You know the spot.
Okay.
The
I
same
know
spot
the
we got
vibe.
Darrick Buck's jersey from.
I thought Darrick was gonna wear that one. I was anticipating that one. Mike don't have a jersey, so I had to bring him to LO.
I literally don't own a jersey.
So we had to make
How
sure
is
that
that
we got here
possible?
before you, because
When you guys said you would make something work, what were you gonna do?
HOH.
I don't
jersey?
know. I
A
don't even
T-shirt
know.
that he drew on.
But no, I wanted
Wow.
to say real quick, first and foremost, before I get into the drop the mic, I'm doing a league tomorrow for 2K. People been asking me. It's going to be tomorrow at 7 CT. I know people be worried about the time
Ooh.
zones.
I want to be in it depending on the era, but damn, I'm gonna be going there.
Yeah, same.
You don't be playing. You be playing for like a week, then you be done.
Well, I'm actually.
Has he ever finished the league with at least a year?
Yes, I have.
Have you played in Reese League?
Yes.
he-
yes.
Oh yeah?
He was more prone to. Wait, what?
Actually, has he played in Reese League?
I have a full series on YouTube about
Yeah.
it.
Oh shit, my bad.
He did leave one of them when he had the Bulls.
Would
or
Thursday
something.
make it better for y'all?
Hell yeah. Flex got an interview tomorrow, so I gotta be there.
Tomorrow I'm going to see the Chicago Fire play against the Inter
tomorrow's
Miami.
His birthday, his actual birthday.
But
That's true.
Messi's not playing, so I don't even know if I want to go anymore.
Is Thursday better for you regardless?
Thursday would work better, but it's your leagues. I mean, it ain't that big of a deal. Just, if anything, you could just leave a spot open for me because the draft
I want you to
takes
draft the
7
team,
hours
though.
anyway. Either way, whatever you decide to do.
We'll do Thursday. It'll be Thursday
You
at
gonna be
7
in
CT.
I should be, yeah.
You're getting better. Don't stop now. The more leagues you've been in, the better you're getting.
You just got to get that defense up, bro. Your defense crazy.
I can only defend if it's like Kobe Bryant. That's it.
That's ridiculous. He needs one of the greatest perimeter defenders of all time. To
All right.
defend.
Second part is the drop the mic. Yesterday was media day. So, who was your favorite media day listen, or what was your favorite quote from media day?
For me, it was for DeAndre Ayton. DeAndre Ayton looks happy. He looks confident. And he looks like he's happy to have a big, intricate
Company man.
He looks like he's excited to have a big, intricate part of the Blazers. Like he felt like, I guess he felt like in Phoenix, he really wasn't like a big, intricate part of what they were doing. He wanted to play a limited role. And now he has a much bigger role, much bigger responsibility. And he seems like he's happy. He's ready to come in and be a leader. So I think DeAndre Ayton is probably my favorite.
I got a lot.
I
Obviously,
do
we're
too.
going to unpack it for the full
Yeah.
episode, go over everything. Off the top of my head, my favorite one, I could give you my least favorite one. The Jimmy Butler shit.
I watched his
He had a
interview. I
quote
couldn't
in
even
there
really
which I
hear
thought it was
him
pretty
either.
funny.
Like, the
Bro,
audio-
no, his mic was so low.
Yeah,
With Taylor Rooks?
I don't
No,
know.
no,
He
the
was up
one
on the
with-
podium.
yeah, when
and
he
it
was on
just
the podium.
so low.
Yeah,
I
one with
had it
Taylor
on a
Rooks, too.
speaker. I had it on speaker on max volume, and I had to hold my speaker up to
Yes,
my ear.
bro. I couldn't even hear
It
him.
was so low.
It was a
I
waste
like
of like
the
an 8-minute
Jimmy thing.
interview.
Just
I thought it was
because
funny.
he's like one of 400 players that decide to do something. Everybody else just shows up. You have some people like Terrence Mann coming in Skechers or Booker in his Converse. Like, you know, some people do small things, but he goes balls to the wall these last couple seasons. And I'm just excited to see it in 2K next season. Because that's what it is. The headshot goes to the next 2K. But, I mean, was it overdone? Maybe a little bit. But the optic of it was pretty cool. I saw a lot of people trying to, like, say the reason he did this because they missed out on Dame, then they missed out on Jrue.
Yeah.
Take away from the real issues.
He said this is his emotional era. So
Yeah.
he was emotional the last 5 days.
Mm-hmm. Jimmy Butler was on my mind too, and I remember we were talking about just like I think P mentioned if the Heat don't keep putting that team around him, it's a chance where he might leave too. And one of the reporters had asked him about it, just like, do you feel like that they've been doing that for you? And he was like, yeah, we straight. And it was just funny to me because just like the East has made a lot of moves, and it's like it's only gonna get tougher, and it's just like he don't care. Like he's still gonna go out there and think they got a chance.
One of my favorites, sticking with the Miami Heat, is Bam was talking about Max Strus and Gabe Vincent. And he was basically saying that like y'all didn't even know who they was before this, so us losing them ain't that big of a deal. I'm like, damn, what are you on?
The Miami Heat one was good because Tyler Hero was saying it about y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the quote. He said, I'm ready to play
You
the
got
best.
the quote when it's about that team, them Portland boys.
I'm ready to play the best. Portland ain't the best. So I'm not worried about Portland.
Yeah,
So-
I like that.
Now let me
Yeah.
give you the exact Bam quote.
Oh, you want the whole thing? I got the
Oh,
whole
you got
thing.
it?
Exact Bam
Yeah.
quote.
Oh.
Bam said, "We've done a lot with what y'all call nothing. Nobody really knew who Gabe Vincent or Max Jrue was. So it's funny that they call them intricate pieces now. Like, dang.
Yeah, it is.
They were intricate pieces on that run.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, I don't really understand that part of it. Anything else to drop the mic?
No, that's it.
Where do we start? Media Day was a whirlwind.
We need to do the Jrue Holiday move first.
We didn't talk about Jrue Holiday. We talked about Dame last
Yeah.
episode.
So was that Sunday afternoon?
Yeah, Sunday.
Right before football kicked off.
Perfectly.
Jrue Holiday gets traded from his place in Portland to the Boston Celtics in exchange for Robert Williams, Malcolm Brogdon, a heavily protected Golden State Warrior pick for this season. And I don't remember if it was a 2028.
Was it 2027 or 2028?
No, 2029.
2029 unprotected.
And then 28-30 swaps.
From the Boston Celtics.
Wait, or no, did the swaps come in from the other trade?
I think it's from the other trade.
Yeah, at a certain point, I just start taking a whole package and be
And
like,
put
this
it
is
in
what
one.
you have to
Yeah,
pay.
yeah.
So I'm sorry if I intertwine. But
It's
I think
either
it was
28 or 29 unprotected from
29,
the Boston
I'm
Celtics.
almost sure. 29.
And boom. And I do want to say for the people on Twitter, because I put together a mock trade where the Celtics ended up with Jrue Holiday, and this is exactly what they gave up. And people on Twitter, Boston Celtics fans, there's zero chance they give up Robert Williams in a Jrue Holiday trade. And here we go.
It's that emotional attachment that fans sometimes have. I know Robert Williams is a good basketball player, but I don't want to say he's untouchable in most trades.
The reality is he can't stay on the floor. And you can't build your franchise with the idea of Robert Williams when he's given you 37 games, 27 games, and 55 games throughout his career. And then last year he was relatively healthy come playoff time. And then we still got a lot of is he going to play? Is he not going to play? So the idea of Robert Williams so far in his career has been better than the actuality because he hasn't been able to put together a full season. It's a worthy swing for the Portland Trailblazers because when he does play, he's an all-defensive caliber player.
Yeah.
But it's just, can we get him to play 60 games in a season?
This is the most. I'll be honest, man. This has been a tough week for me as far as the state of basketball that we in with this fandom stuff is so it kills everything because it's just I get it when you're a fan. I really, really do. But at some point, you cannot be so stuck and so biased and so attached, like Darrick said, and just so love struck that you stupid. A lot of stuff that I saw with these past two trades were legitimately stupid. The whole argument for Dame in the Bucks package is this point. This is what we all said. It's the fact that you have Jrue Holiday that you can flip and get 2 more additional first-round picks. Your argument of Tyler Hero is combated because he was never going to have this much value as Jrue Holiday. Point and simple, bro. And I don't care how much you're a Heat fan and you would have loved to have Dame. I get it. But the reality is, if you take a step back out of your fandom, you would say you want the player that you can flip to get even more stuff with. Not only did you get 2 more first-round picks, you got a swing guy in Robert Williams, and you guys like somebody like Malcolm Brogdon, who I think is going to be an excellent vet for the first half of the season, and you can probably move him at some point when it's time to trade him. No, he's not going to get you probably any more first-round picks, but he'll get you some second-rounders or something. You'll get something in return, point blank, period. Mm-hmm. The other part is what y'all were just talking about. Bro, at the end of the day, there is no option on the table for a franchise to be perfect unless you have Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green. If you're not a Warriors person or a fan from that era, there's no option to have the perfect team. The Celtics didn't have that option. They were going to have to give up something to get a player of Jrue Holiday's caliber. And for that, what they gave up is the best case scenario. They didn't give up Jaylen Brown,
right?
Or obviously not Tatum
or Porzingis.
Yeah, so you keep all of that intact, and you get to bring in the one thing that you kind of lost during this offseason, which was Marcus Smart's perimeter defense, and to bring that back. And it's at the end of the day, it's simply this: is Jrue Holiday better than Robert Williams?
Yes.
So guess what the Celtics did?
They went out and got him.
They got better.
And that's why I liked it too, because you said they replaced Marcus Smart, and Jason Tatum was talking, but so was Jaylen Brown, about they wanted to be all NBA defenders this year.
Yeah.
So, and he said it takes a village, and Jrue Holiday is going to be a big part of that. And they're trying to be one of the top 3, top 2, if not top 1 defenses. this year.
I kept seeing people say that. Like, they kept saying it to me, like, oh, this is a risky move. I'm on the belief that every trade is a risk. Every acquisition is a risk. You can give a max contract player to the most highlighted player in a free agency, but if he goes and tears his Achilles, that was the risk. Now you're paying somebody who got a messed up Achilles with a max contract. That's the risk in everything you do. The Clippers and Paul George, when that first happened, it was like, ooh, they getting Kawhi and PG, and nobody really. The package was like, man, okay, but they got PG and Kawhi. They haven't touched the finals.
Yeah, still worth it, even though they haven't touched the finals.
Yeah.
That was a part of the risk. This was the risk, is that like you put it together, but you forfeited your future and a young player in Shea for this, and they haven't got you what you potentially thought you were going to get yet. But that's the risk. So it's
Scare
like
money don't make no money.
And Robert Williams himself, in all irony, is a risk because of the health factor that we've seen throughout his career. So it's like, regardless if you had him or not, there was going to be a risk you were taking to go into the league. I mean, to go into the season with Porzingis injury history, Robert Williams injury history, and the fact that Al Horford is 37, there was going to be a risk with that team. So I hate the risk argument because, yeah, you were going to have to give up something. But you know what's the lowest risk out of every name I just named? Jrue Holiday.
Yeah.
Jrue Holiday is the lowest risk. I like this. For plain and simple, I like this for the Celtics.
Yeah, but I understand the risk part. But yeah, it's a risk worth taking because hypothetically, if Porzingis has another one of his typical seasons where he is injury riddled, or Al Horford really does start showing his age, because last year Al Horford was amazing for a 36-year-old big man. He shot 44% for three or something like that. If Al Horford takes a step back, or Porzingis deals with an injury, what do we have? Luke Cornett. Like, come on, Luke Cornett, let's play some ball. But it's a risk worth taking because of what you have already. This is a team that has been good enough to make it to the conference finals more times than any other team in the Eastern Conference recently. Yeah, they have their one NBA Finals appearance, and then Steph Curry went nuclear in that one game, and that was the end of the series. But they've always been so very, very close. And Brad Stevens is looking around and saying, like, okay, we really love Marcus Smart, former DPOY, but we like our chances with the versatility of Porzingis. We'll do that. We don't want to attach our success of this season on Robert Williams' health, so let's go get somebody that replaces what Marcus Smart did as far as defensively and obviously a better offensive player, and it's worth it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Every single one of these teams that make big trades, the Milwaukee Bucks, the Boston Celtics, there's inherent risk in what they're doing. Right, Dame is 33 years old, and Brook Lopez is 35. I mean, eventually Brook Lopez is going to start to regress because that's just the way thing happened. But it's worth the chance to get the Larry O'Brien trophy. At the end of the day, the Boston Celtics still do have their own draft capital they can mess around with, and a hell of a lot of second-round picks for the future if they need to do more things. You have a guy in Jason Tatum who, by consensus, is a top 10 player in ball. I think we can say that. When you have a top 10 player on your team, and other players around him, like Jaylen Brown, who just made an All-NBA team, it is your obligation to put together a championship team around them. And this trade puts them closer to a championship on paper than any of the previous teams they've had over the last 10 years.
Yeah.
So it's worth it. And the Milwaukee Bucks are probably like, fuck, no cursing. Milwaukee Bucks are like, we got Dame, which
those are worth 50 cents.
Yeah, we should have a jar. Yeah. We got Dame, which we're completely happy with. But the last thing they wanted to do was to gift Jrue Holiday to the team that they're going to have to go through to win the NBA championship. That series, if we ever get it at full health, is going to be an all-time series.
Yeah, that was another thing I said in my video about why I love it. Like, you have somebody that you are preparing yourself to have to go through because y'all went against each other the last I don't know how many years. They went out and got a great perimeter threat offensively. The next best thing to do was get the exact opposite, which was a defensive threat.
Remember 6 years ago what Jrue Holiday did to Dame? It was a long time ago.
It was. I was thinking about that. But I was like, man, it's a different time. It's a different time.
And Rondo on the market. Go get both. Scare the hell out of Dame.
My point that I'm trying to make is, let me make sure, because this ain't old. I want to make sure it's you feel what I'm saying? Like,
I feel you.
Bismack Biyombo, he's still on the market. Go get Bismack Biyombo. They went and got your boy Wayne and Gabriel.
They did.
They should have got Bismack Biyombo. I don't know if it's still an opportunity to, but it's still some names on the market. I don't want to make it seem like there's like Robert Williams on the market. Robert Williams is fantastic when he's on the court, but there's still, my point, some options to bolster up that front court because it is a little thin and you don't know. So,
Yeah.
you know.
I just like the fact that the Celtics were aggressive. They saw that the Bucks did get better, and they went out and got a guy who it's like it's like a counterpiece to Dame. Like you went and got the offensive juggernaut at the PG spot. We went and got the lockdown defender at the PG spot. So for me, and you like when you get rid of Robert Williams, you have a Porzingis and an Al Horford. Like you have two solid defensive front court players.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't really have to prioritize and like attach yourself to Robert Williams for me.
I guess their point, like KB was saying, was just that there's that history with them. But my only argument is the same as what you're saying. Robert Williams has the same.
I seen somebody was like, "Man, Celtics gonna regret trading Robert Williams. Don't let him be healthy this season." And I'm like, "Bro, the last part of what you said is exactly probably why they traded his head."
Somebody said that to me.
Damn.
The Mills don't want to encourage it. Somebody said that to me though. Like, man, what about KP's injury history? And Al Horford is older. And I quoted like, oh, so Robert Williams is Iron Man. Huh? He just Iron Man. So, you know what I'm saying? I just don't think that there was a world where there wasn't going to be a risk with this Boston Celtics team heading into the season. I think at the end of the day, this trade makes you better.
Mm-hmm.
And Jrue Holiday is the lower risk versus Robert Williams and Malcolm Brogdon's health.
Yeah, it is definitely going to be different seeing Jrue Holiday in that jersey and just not seeing Marcus Smart
before.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be – it's definitely going to be weirder seeing just Marcus Smart in a different jersey and not in the Celtics jersey.
I will say this. I agree wholeheartedly with you. It is going to be weird seeing Marcus Smart in a different jersey. But if there was ever any other jersey I could imagine him in, it is grit and grind by Memphis.
Did y'all see their city jersey leak?
No.
Another clean one.
Did you say ours?
The Knicks one?
Yes.
No, I didn't see the Knicks one. It's one of those?
It's the old one from like the 90s with the black on the side. The blue with the oh man.
A great color scheme the Knicks have.
Nasty.
And the grand scheme.
I saw the Bulls one.
Yeah, don't talk about it. In the grand scheme, the Boston Celtics got rid of Malcolm Brogdon. They got rid of Marcus Smart, Grant Williams, and Robert Williams. And they turned those four players into Porzingis and Jrue Holiday. Sounds pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Grant Williams wasn't even really getting playing time in the playoffs as much as he probably should have. Something between him and Mazzulla didn't work out. Mazzulla didn't like him as much as Ime did, so he didn't get that much PT when it came down to the nitty-gritty.
Mm-hmm.
But again, this team, this Boston Celtics team, like all of the other teams that made trades, or I keep saying it, I'm just going to keep comparing them to the Bucks because that's the other team out east. Going to have depth issues, objectively. But their top six, if everybody's healthy, is the best in basketball, bar none.
And I'm going to keep saying it, bro. It is going to be some depth issues, but when I look at the current free agency market, are these crazy names like, oh my gosh? No. But these are players that you could just go snatch up if you really are like, oh my gosh,
they can eat up 10 minutes, 10 plus minutes. Or just even when they have games where they might play 15, 20 minutes, depending on like what's going on in the game.
I'm going to name some names. Y'all say yes, y'all say no.
And I'm just going to compare them to the people that are already there.
Terrence Ross.
I'm okay with Sam Hauser.
These are for both of those type of like the
for sure.
Two.
Yeah.
Terrence Ross.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be against it.
He's an option.
I think he just comes off the bench and just gives them instant offense.
JaMychal Green.
Definitely an option.
Yeah, I like that veteran. I like JaMychal Green as a veteran there.
They don't need more. They're good on veteran leadership.
TJ Warren.
TJ Warren is a guy I'm surprised does not have a team right now.
Yeah.
Does he fit these two? I don't know, but TJ Warren is a guy.
I would like TJ with the Bucks.
Hamid Diallo.
No.
Anthony Lamb. Bismack Biyombo.
Busy's the guy.
He could work for the Celtics.
I mean, Chris Paul made Busy look great for 3 weeks when DeAndre Ayton was injured a couple years ago.
Shot 30-some% from the free throw line, though.
Yeah, he did.
He did, yeah.
He wasn't afraid to get fouled, though.
True.
Gotta love it.
Will Barton.
Nah, Will Barton was really bad last year. I don't know if Will Barton gets another chance, unfortunately.
Terrence Davis from the Kings.
Yeah.
I like
surprised he doesn't have a team.
Yeah. He just provides some like spark to a team.
Nerlens Noel.
He can soak up 10 minutes as a third string big.
I wouldn't
maybe.
be surprised if somebody picked him up.
You got George Hill. You got Dwayne Dedman.
I'm so surprised. Well, not so surprised. I'm I'm interested to see how this goes because this trade puts basically 4 max players on the Boston Celtics, and Jrue Holiday and the Celtics are interested in extending him even before he suits up a single second. And then the same thing with the Milwaukee Bucks, where they have a bunch of players that are on max contract-ish deals. And again, the new CBA has become effective, and I'm curious if these teams are over the second apron. Because I mentioned on my podcast, because I forgot about the second apron, honestly, that Milwaukee, this is right after the Damian Lillard trade, Milwaukee's going to be a team that might be able to get somebody in the buyout market. But because of the contracts, if they're over the second apron, there is no buyout market for them.
Yeah.
So the way they make their team better halfway through the season.
It's no way they not.
That's right, exactly. No team is going to be more expensive than this.
Giannis, Dame, Chris, Brooke.
And how much
Bobby.
is Dame making already?
This is his first year of
his
his
contract gonna jump again.
It's at
ain't it?
50 something.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the first year to 50? I thought it
think
was
so.
next year.
Oh, maybe it is next
It's
year.
nothing to find out.
Yeah, look that up.
Mhm.
So the way you make your team better if you're the Boston Celtics or something is strictly trading some second-round picks and a guy like maybe Peyton Pritchard to go get somebody. But Peyton
boy
Pritchard
Peyton Pritchard
should play
been
real
saying.
minutes now.
And then also Giannis is about to sign that contract next summer. He already just said it at media day.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he said don't make sense to do it now financially, but you know
who always will be down to play?
who's that?
Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas been shooting his shot at every team.
I don't blame him. Shit.
This is 45 for Dame.
Okay. Yeah, the internet's slow on here, but 45. So next year's is 53
something.
million.
Not even.
Damn.
Next year is 48. The year after that is 58. Then the last it was 63. So he barely gets.
Say what you want about Portland.
They
They gave that man generational wealth times 10.
They did right by him.
Joe Cronin did as good as he could do with a Damian Lillard trade. Now that it's it's not finalized. We don't know what's going to happen with Malcolm Brogdon, but
I think this is the first time you can look at that front office. They did the right thing.
Malcolm Brogdon he got a jersey number. I think he's going to be there for a little.
yeah, but
It didn't 94,
92,
90
I think.
something. Like, yeah.
My career number.
yeah, when you just create your own player, you don't really care. But this is as good as you could have got without getting back, a super young, talented, boom, boom, boom. We couldn't get back Scotty Barnes, but we got DeAndre Ayton's 25.
Yeah.
Even though he just, I don't know. When I watch it, he rubs me the wrong way.
Aiden?
Yeah.
Why?
The way he
Man,
talks.
Me too.
I'm at to bring domination to the Portland. Where?
He also said a lot of BS.
Year 5. And I hope he does. Don't get me
I
wrong.
hope he does,
When we
too.
do our fantasy this year, I'm trying to draft DeAndre Ayton because he should average 20 and 12.
He should, yeah.
But I'm bringing domination. How about we just hoop first?
I don't even have a problem with that because that in his mind he probably is going to bring that. He averaged 18 and 10 with them.
Yeah.
So now you take all those chefs out the kitchen.
Plus, he said he gets to play with Robert Williams. He plays his natural position.
Yeah,
as
he
a
can
power
play the
forward.
4.
So
I don't know why we keep seeing it. Like I keep seeing mock lineups.
I don't think they're
Because
starting
he-
together.
Because he said to the world before he was drafted, I am a power forward.
No, yeah.
So this is like,
But they're going to run out Scoot, Anthony, I guess
Maybe Matisse.
Shaden Sharp maybe.
I think it's going to be Matisse and Jeremy Grant and then
I
Aiden.
think they run double big, honestly.
I seen
They
the mock.
do
They
the
said
Celtics-
Anthony
I mean,
is
the
a
So,
six.
so
Cavaliers.
you're saying Grant's going to go to the 3?
Grant's at the 3.
I don't want to see Grant 3. I think Grant's perfect at the 4.
I like Robert Williams backing up DeAndre Ayton personally.
Yeah.
We'll see. I think that they got a lot of options.
That what you just said, I think is blasphemous.
I think
Well,
Shaden
Anthony-
Sharp's going to come off the bench. Year 2,
Yeah,
he
Shaden
got to
Sharp's
work his
coming
way
off
into it.
Anthony Simons can't come off that bench, man.
No.
That's a 20
I
point
think
per game score.
it's perfect to have Matisse right there at the 3. Defensive, just shoot threes.
The way they went after
So
him,
shooting threes.
Might
Matisse
as
type
well-
would be scared to shoot.
they might as well use him.
Didn't he get to Portland and start taking him?
He did get the
Oh,
Portland
okay.
and start taking them.
How many a game?
I don't know, but I remember he did have a game where he was. I swear I seen him hit like 2 at least.
Oh my God.
But that's Matisse Thybulle, though. You also got to put in
Yeah.
this perspective of him.
2 a game for him is good.
I'm talking. I didn't say he takes 2 a game. I just said I seen a game where he hit 2.
He was taking more than he was when he was in Philly.
You're right. And he shot 38%.
The
on
one
him.
problem I had with Aiden,
Keep shooting, Matisse.
Aiden got at that podium and said, I'm just the type of player, I'm willing to do anything. I'm willing to be that dirty work player.
Which is I didn't
I
hear
was
that
like,
part.
bro, no,
I didn't
you
hear
didn't
that.
just say that.
They wouldn't have
If
traded
you watch
you.
it, nobody really took that quote, but if you watch the full presser, because I was just on my couch letting all of these play. And I look up and he talking about I'm willing to be that guy to do all of the dirty work, like, rebound, finish out possessions. I'm like, that's all Phoenix actually do. You'd still be in Phoenix if you was committed to that. But I'm like, okay, maybe you just didn't want to be there.
Yeah. Change your mindset. Can you sort this by youngest team? I think it says average age. Can you sort that to see if the Trailblazers are now the youngest team in the league?
Let's make a guess.
It's right next
Houston
to where
Rockets.
you see player signed.
Oh no, they
Right
got
next
got
to
Fred
it.
VanVleet.
You just click
Jeremy Grant. Ain't no-
San Antonio.
San
Oh, yeah,
Antonio's
San Antonio,
probably.
yeah.
Oh,
No, you
duh.
can't sort it.
Oh, it's the
Oh,
Pistons.
okay. San
Oh, yeah, San
Antonio's
Antonio.
probably the youngest. It says 24 and evenly. Rockets are up there too. 24. Yeah, 24. No, the Trailblazers at 23.9. Youngest team in basketball right now.
Youngest team.
There we
man.
go. That's so.
How
that's
fun
amazing.
is that?
Joe Cronin did his thing, man.
And that's with Malcolm Brogdon, old ass on the roster.
So let's get this understood now. Are you still there or not? When this team has 11 wins, are you still gonna come on here and talk about them?
Yeah, I think I've become too much of a fan of certain players on there to leave.
And who were those players specifically?
Anthony Simons. I think I really like Scoot. Aiden. I was a big fan of him coming. I was saying that this is the guy that they really need to go get.
Okay.
So.
All right. So my question to you, if this was
Jaden Sharp as well. I don't know how I forgot about him.
if this was a clean reset, which means that there's no school, you didn't jump up in the lottery, and instead you ended up with the 7th pick instead of the 3rd pick. Do you still think you would have stayed there, or the impact of having an immediate guy has its own signature shoe as a rookie, by the way, with Puma? Do you think you would have stayed still?
Probably because of Shaden Sharp, but it wouldn't have been I wouldn't have been that much invested. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You still had Anthony and Shaden.
Yeah, but Scoot also gives a big boost to that.
But that also means that you're adding a team, though, in the
Ooh.
Milwaukee Bucks.
Oh, yes, I am.
So can we
He
get
said that proudly.
before the season starts? Can we get a full landscape of like how your fandom is for this upcoming season?
Because I ain't heard you say not one congratulations to Devin Vassell in this new contract. So I know the Spurs ain't
Yeah,
on the
no,
list.
I ain't had the Spurs on my list. It's just the
Wow,
Bulls.
even with Wemby, I thought that would be the time to be a Spurs fan.
He's not a big Wemby guy. He don't believe in him. He thinks he's soft.
Oh.
He was saying that.
I wouldn't say I think he's soft, but I'm not gonna sit up and act like I'm the biggest Wemby fan.
Okay.
But
So you think he's aggressive?
no, he's more of a finesse big, but I don't really know how to gauge him yet.
You think
I'm waiting to see him.
He weighs the same amount as I do. He can't be a dunker on somebody's head big.
That's a great answer because I just tried to corner you into saying he's soft, which you've never said.
Yeah.
You've never said.
No, I
So
know.
I appreciate that you ain't let me trip you up right there.
Show me that fandom. Let's say you have 100% of fandom. How do you divvy up your pie chart?
I'm gonna go Bulls 50.
That's a lie.
That's a lie. That is a lie.
Starting off with a lie. You don't have to hold on to that.
I'm not.
You don't have to hold
Okay,
on to that.
50% Bulls.
I've heard you say one thing about the Bulls and I don't know.
Now we're gonna go Bucks at 35%.
35. Okay, wait. Let me get my calculator.
That's
out.
already 85%.
That's 85%.
And then the
That's
rest
already
of them will go to the
85%.
Blazers.
15%.
50% Blazers.
So if they didn't get school, you was gonna have them at 2%. I thought they was gonna be 25-25. Or they would be 35 and the Bucks is like 15 because that's my man's. Dame, I ain't really a Bucks fan, but Dame really my man's.
That's actually higher on the Bucks than I anticipated. Honestly.
Same.
It's just because Dame is there. That was a big reason
Well,
why
yeah.
I was a Blazers fan.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
that's-
also LaMarcus. Y'all see the jersey. LaMarcus was the first one. I'm not gonna sit up here and act like it wasn't. It was Dame the whole time.
that's not a terrible pie chart.
You
there.
should love LaMarcus a little bit more
Why you say that?
because if it wasn't for LaMarcus, you wouldn't know Dame.
That is true.
You paid attention to the Portland Trailblazers because of LaMarcus, and then you stumbled up on some more meat of Dame that you could jump on. As what happened. You a homie hopper.
Hey, Dame introduced me to other players.
You a homie hopper.
Did y'all see Kawhi's media day?
Yes.
Bro, he has so many funny moments in his.
It's funny that he didn't know the new rule.
I know, bro. He literally, they was like, what do you think
That's
about
that
the
bubble
new?
I talked about.
He's like, what do you think about the new participation policy the NBA put in place? He's like, he's
What
like,
is
literally, what is it? And she didn't explain it. She just said like, oh, I think they're putting it in place so they can have like the top 50 stars continue to play games, almost play all the games. And he was like, I literally don't know what is it. Can you tell me? And I was just like, I don't know. If you're a Clippers fan, does that worry you at all? He don't even know.
Okay, so there's two ways it could be. He's so ready to play games that it don't even matter to him. Because he did also say he wanted to play in the Olympics, correct?
Yeah, he did.
So that's a real commitment, you know. Or it could be like Yeah, we're not expecting him to actually hit these thresholds. And Steve Ballmer going to have to pay a lot of money out of pocket, which he can because I think he's the richest owner in the league by far. So if there's any owner that will be able to pay these fines, the participation fine is him.
He also said that what else? Kawhi said that
He was pissed.
Yeah, he said that the league trying to do this to try to make us play really ain't gonna do anything because he said I play when I'm healthy, and essentially he's saying what happened in Toronto.
He said, "quote." He said, "If the league is trying to mock what happened with me and the Raptors, they should stop because I was injured."
Yeah,
But I wish we could play it because the way he was saying it would let you know that he was pissed.
Yeah,
He was basically
definitely
saying
was.
like, man, when I am able to play, I play.
You know what else?
Which makes it makes sense.
It did. When he was talking about like they asked him, they're gonna ask him a million questions about health and everything, and they were like, "What did you do differently this offseason?" And I think at first he's about to give a political answer, and he was kind of like trying to choose his words, but then he was just like, I don't know. He said a lot of my injuries, they come from like stuff I really can't control. It's me when I ran into somebody or I stepped on somebody's foot.
Joe
like,
Ingles, right?
It's just like stuff I can't control, which I feel him. It's just like, damn, it's just like he want to be there.
Yeah.
And that was his whole point. Like, I'm not just sitting out the games because I don't want to play.
I feel like
it's because I'm legitimate injured.
They're getting left behind. There's so many teams that I believe in way more than the Clippers.
It's just because you really haven't seen you've seen so many bits and pieces of them. You don't really know how to gauge them.
Even fully healthy, I'm just like I'm taking the Denver Nuggets over them. I'm taking the Warriors over. You know, the list goes on.
I think that's gonna work for them.
That underdog mentality.
Not underdog, but I just don't think they need that attention. I don't think they need to be coming in as favorites no more. I don't think and the reason is because they don't need to get comfortable. They need to feel like they need something to prove. Like because the more they feel like that, the more it'll benefit them. Because you had Tyronn Lue saying it like a couple months ago, like he had to sit down with Kawhi and PG and let them know they got to take the regular season a lot more serious. And I think that comes from the fact that they do have something to prove and that they're not just like a scratching like, oh yeah, we know the Clippers are gonna. We don't know. Y'all got to show us. Y'all got to do something. Y'all not only show us, y'all have to show yourselves.
Yeah.
So it's like they've had just enough of success that they know what they can be, but they haven't had enough to where they can really be comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I feel Kawhi, man. If anybody with this, I feel them because he had the proper excuses. Like, man, I was really hurt here. I was really hurt there. And he plays two ways.
Yeah. Since we talk about health, Zion also was a guy who had a lot of health issues. And David Griffin said that this is the first time Zion has taken his profession seriously in that regard
crazy.
when it comes to health. And
something about the way he talks always comes off the wrong way.
Who's Zion?
No, David
this is
Griffin.
a David Griffin quote.
He always
I know
has
who quoted this.
a
Zion
poor.
wouldn't say this is the first time Zion.
I don't know his
He was
choice
kinda
of
saying some
words.
stuff like that though.
Huh?
He was like
It
he was
seems kind
saying
of condescending. Is that what you're saying?
It's just his choice of words always
Me?
seems
No,
poor.
KB.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
They just seem poor.
Is
Like I get what he's saying, but I feel like there's better ways to say.
I
that.
didn't hear him say this. I only read it.
Yeah.
I only watched Zion actually speak. with
And
Pelicans.
you had said Zion seemed pissed. Like he did not look like he wanted to be at that podium at all. And Zion's usually very happy and joyful. That vibe was not there.
You don't think so?
No.
It ain't that he was. I don't think it's that he was happy. I think there was a certain point where he had to let them know, like
And
he gonna express what he want to express with the
Mhm.
media, and certain things that he don't want to express, he's just not going to. But I don't feel
Yeah.
like he was necessarily pissed.
He said, I'm frustrated at the fact that I always had to come up here every year and reiterate how committed I am to this organization.
Yeah, I did see that part.
To me though, this is what we talk about being in a bubble. He has every right to feel however he want to feel, but realistically, your president just said that as far as all like individual investments into your profession on your own, this is the first time they've seen this in your career.
See, that was like it comes off a little weird. Like it can come off a little weird depending on how you hear it. And I didn't hear the exact quote or like how he
That's
said
the
it.
exact.
Yeah.
I didn't hear how he like you could change it with a little bit of
Because
tone.
when they said take his profession serious, that's not the quote. He's saying when he made sure he had a nutritionist thing, he paid out of his own
'Cause
pocket.
Yeah.
When I was listening to Zion, I did get like a better feeling about how he could be going into the season because he was like, "Man, this is my first time where they were asking him. He's like, this is the first time where he spent the most time in his offseason in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Still preparing.
He
and
usually
doing
goes
all
to
that.
Portland and stuff to work out for some reason.
And he's like, me in the front office, we came together, we got a game plan. It's been helping. Like, we're trying to get as prepared as we can, which gave me it gives you that little like positive attitude on what could happen this season for him.
I am super, super high on Zion this year.
Me too.
Like, I cannot express how high. Like, when we talk about one day we're going to do our like predictions and dark horse MVP type high. That's how high I am on Zion right now.
I think the last time he was coming into the season, quote unquote healthy, I think I had him as a dark horse MVP.
Yeah. He's just that dominant.
Yeah, he is.
And his team is good.
Yeah.
It should be. But yeah, I mean that's all. I don't, like I said, he could be frustrated because they talking about a lot of his personal life for sure.
Yeah, they were definitely trying to get him to talk about the
Yeah.
other shit, and he definitely
They asked
wasn't
him
going
to.
to.
That's when I seen him get a little pissed.
Yeah,
Somebody asked him too. He was like, something about playing the 5.
yeah.
And he was like,
He gave a great answer to that.
when he was talking about like I'm a basketball player, I play all positions.
Yeah.
I felt like that shit was corny. They were
Ben
asking
Simmons
him,
said the same thing.
they were asking him about playing the 5, and I forget the reporter didn't know exactly who the quote came from or what the quote was. He was like, just whatever about you playing the 5 and you just being on the court, do whatever you can to help your team win. And that's when he's like, I'm gonna just be a basketball player. Before that, he's like, who said that quote? Like, I ain't playing no 5.
Ben Simmons also had a point where he had to tell somebody next question.
You know who that was?
No.
That was Jake Fisher, who used to work with our company.
Oh.
Jake Fisher said,
He asked him about 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago, you wasn't at media day.
What were you doing?
What were you doing? You remember that day? Like, what exactly were you doing?
And then Ben Simmons just laughed. Said, next question.
Next question.
That's
Yeah.
actually kind of funny.
You
though.
heard Jake Fisher
There's
say,
no
okay.
way you know you're coming to a presser, and that's the best question you thought you could ask. Ben
But you know
Simmons.
what? Even though there are a lot of like dumb I don't believe in dumb questions, but like questions you're like, really, bro? Those choice questions hold value because funny stuff comes from those questions.
I
Not
also
all
think-
the time.
I also think you just look like an idiot though. If somebody does laugh at your joke,
Yeah,
and
I'm
just say
not.
next
I would
question.
never do it.
Yeah.
But if there's 100 people, I want one person to have the courage to do it. And if that's Jake Fisher, this case, then yeah, that wouldn't maybe fell flat in his face. But there's a lot of times where there's a question where the player's like, "Is he serious right now?" And that's good journalism.
Or like when LeBron.
Is it?
No, it's not.
Because
Imagine
I'm
being
saying-
a reporter where LeBron just walked off.
If you gotta
He got his
go,
little suitcase and walked off.
if you gotta report back and they like, what you get?
And I think, yeah, the fucked up part about. Oh, I'm the first one.
There it is.
The
It
messed
took
up part about
42
it is
minutes though. It's pretty
if
good.
someone walks off the podium and you're the reason why no one else gets to ask their question, now everybody in that room
Pissed at
is
you.
pissed off at you.
The other part that I don't think a lot of people remember or think of is like when you have these media days, majority of the people at the media days, they cover this team. So the player's going to constantly see them. They're going to remember you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They're going to remember you.
Yeah.
They're going to remember. You saw Dion that first week. You ain't believe. They're going to instantly remember every little thing that you say, every little thing that you do.
Or Russell Westbrook, he had his one little beef with one reporter that he was talking about. I don't. He was,
said, I don't like you.
Yeah, he told him specifically, "I don't like you." So
Did y'all see my Knicks?
no, I didn't
I
watch.
saw
any Knicks.
RJ had that one quote.
What was it?
He was saying that if coming off the bench is the way they win, that he's cool with coming off the bench. And I saw a few Knicks fans that were like, "Come on, RJ, you're better than that." I'm like, I think that's the right mindset to have.
Goes back to my point, KB. They're going to find something. Here is a player who is telling you, I'll do anything. And y'all mad at that.
Yeah.
You can't, you just can't please.
Imagine you
these
said,
fan
"No, I need
bases."
6 more touches, 5 more
if,
shots."
Yeah, if he says that, if he goes out there and say, "Ain't no way I'm coming off the bench," who y'all think I am? Then they would be like, "Come on,
Melo.
RJ, you're better than that."
Don't let him start off bad this season. They on his ass.
Yeah.
Regardless of what he said, they was gonna say, "Come on, RJ,
Right.
you're better than that."
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
What else happened? I don't get
The
much
main
of the
thing
Knicks cap.
with all the stuff that they was talking about, but the main thing was they go up there and they asking Tom Thibodeau about Evan Fournier,
Oh yeah.
and he said it's hard to go against a 37-22 record with a +5 net rating. Basically saying we benched him and we got better.
Yeah.
So all of his frustrations, he told his ass to be a professional.
Because Evan Fournier said he's been held hostage.
Yeah.
He's been saying a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I wish I was being held hostage for $18 million annually.
19.
No, $19 million
Don't
annually.
forget that extra million.
One of the most exciting ones was the 76ers. Obviously, James Harden did not report
This
to
is
training
exciting?
camp.
Yeah.
I think so because Joel Embiid gave some very interesting stuff.
Okay.
One of them being,
With that goof, what was he wearing? Is this anime something?
I didn't watch it. I just
He had
read
something
it.
on his head.
I would have to see.
Let me not call it goofy in case it was like a cultural thing. I don't want to. But I immediately thought, people be wearing anime stuff, so I
Yeah.
thought it was just an anime thing.
Should. One of his best quotes or most intriguing quotes was, "What am I, 29? At least for the next 8 years, I think we should try and go out every single year and try to win a championship. There should never be a lost season," which I think is directly at his front office. They're saying, "Man, I know y'all don't want James to report or James not reporting and you don't want to trade him, but just having another season where we have a disgruntled star that won't report and obviously we're worse because of that, it's not worth it for me because I'm 29 years old and every single year I want to compete for a championship." I think that's a direct call to his front office to say, you got to get something done because a lost season is something I'm not really interested in.
Yeah, and then it was reported that James Harden is expected to eventually show up, but make the situation painful for the 76ers. So seems like he's gonna return, but he's gonna be the disgruntled and unhappy James Harden. I don't know if that's gonna be the James Harden we see, but I don't know.
I just do. You know how
I'm sorry. The hat is a Philadelphia Phillies hat. That's what he was wearing. It said
It said Red October on it.
And
okay, he was
playoff
wearing it
start.
backwards.
I don't think so.
No.
Oh, you just want like a Scully?
Yeah, this is
okay.
Because playoffs start today.
Yeah, they do. Phillies versus Marlins. I think they said that's like the most expensive game to go to. But if you wanted to go to like the Brewers games, like $15.
Shout out to that's funny. We can drive up to the Brewers game.
All of these
for
other
$15.
games are like $15 or $10. The Phillies one is like I was just listening to ESPN 1000 was I pulled up. To get into the Phillies game is like $200. Everything else is $10, $15.
Who y'all rooting for in that series?
Which one?
The Marlins versus Phillies.
Oh, I'm a big Bryce Harper guy.
Okay.
Big Bryce Harper guy. I know Jake Berger is on the Marlins,
Yeah, that's what I'm
obviously
rooting
ex-White
for.
Sox, but
And my guy Jazz Chisholm.
and they're young. I like young baseball teams ahead of schedule with good pitching. I love me some. They call me Sandy. I like a
He's not even starting the first game of the series. They're
Who
holding him
is?
for the third one. Jesus Luzardo.
Lizardo. Okay.
But also Trey Turner I really like. So I guess I'm kind of neutral. I like a lot of players on both teams. But no, the 76ers have to figure something out. And obviously there's a rule in the new CBA that if James Harden holds his services for 30 days, then he can't sign to a new team. He can't do this. He can't do that.
So he's gonna show up.
He gonna show
He's
up.
going to have to show up and
Like Ben Simmons.
put his
did.
phone in his
Yeah.
pocket and do some stuff.
Yeah,
I just
That's
hate,
fair.
I
I don't-
can't
can't count
this
on that.
look for him, bro.
Yeah.
James Harden is so special of a basketball player that like to see his career over the last I don't know how many years now be like this, it kind of diminishes a little bit of his legacy. Not his entire legacy, but like damn man, this is just tough to see him go down this spiral constantly. It started in Houston with the fat suit and the back and forth. Then he got traded to Brooklyn, and that team was a big three, and then he barely played.
Big
even when
3
they-
games played.
That's hilarious.
And then he forced his way out of there. Then he goes to Philadelphia, and this is supposed to be the spot he always wanted to be. And now he's forcing his way out of here. And the way he's going about it here is the messiest he's been. Daryl Morey is a liar. Yada yada yada. Darrick saying if he does show up, he's not gonna make it easy. This is just
I think
man.
I think Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes recently on their podcast they talked about this and they said that James Harden can only do this so many more times. to where-
KG.
That was KG?
No, they was them, but KG was talking about
Oh,
them.
yeah, that this is like the league won't need him no more eventually because he's no longer that top guy. He's no longer one of the top 10 players, and eventually you can't just keep doing this. And eventually, motherfuckers gonna be like, "Yeah, we're not gonna sign you because we don't want to. We know what comes with signing James Harden, so we just not even gonna deal with it."
There's so much stuff going on, like so much cloud around it too. You kind of forget that, like the last couple of times, like he's wanted out for legitimate reasons. Like for the Sixers, it was because of money problems or whatever. Like they said he wanted the extension, they didn't give it to him. Like money problems, he wanted to go. Before this, we know there was a lot of problems that happened in Brooklyn. He's like, this is just not what I signed up for at this point. Like I think there was legitimate reasons, but the way he goes about it is just like this.
I don't
This
know,
dude
man.
is just trying to.
I don't-
get his
I
way
don't-
out of everywhere.
I don't agree with the fact that every time you face adversity, I want out. I think sometimes you got to ride shit through. Like I think Tatum had talked about Paul Pierce, how he was in the locker room with them, told him sometimes it's just certain shit just build championship DNA in you. Like, you got to go through certain shit in order to get to that championship. Seems like James Harden don't want to go through the hard parts in order to get to the Larry O.B. It's not a championship won't be just gifted to you unless you're just getting the big four warriors. Like, that's really it. But most of the time, it's gonna be some tough shit that you got to go through.
I agree with D Mills. Somebody was saying in the comments, another person purposely trying to misinterpret what you're saying. Somebody was saying that, man, P ain't had no problem with KD forced to trade up Kyrie. Why you got a problem with Dame? I don't have no problem with Dame forcing to trade. I had a problem with Dame trying to say he wants to only go to one place. If your problem is winning and they send you to Milwaukee, bro, go your ass to Milwaukee. Do not be on there talking about, man, or resend a trade or like, I'll come back. Like, no. If it's about winning, which is what all these players talk about, you cannot be upset that they send you to Milwaukee. And that's kind of my thing with James Harden. Yeah, James Harden has had legitimate reasons. I think all of these players are going to give you a legitimate reason. They are PR trained to have a reason. They're not going to just go up there and say, I want to be traded just cuz. They're going to give you a, man, I ain't liking the way this is, that is. Sure. Two things. James Harden. You're not James Harden of like Houston.
Yeah.
That's really good, but yeah, he ain't nowhere near Harden. That
He
boy's put up 37
really
a game.
But I feel like
nightly.
the old Harden, they do whatever you ask for.
Yep.
Secondly, a lot of these players, it's not just a James Harden thing. They want things to a T, which is what I was kind of alluding to with Damian Lillard. It's like, I want to win, but I want it to be this way, and that way. See, I don't want to do what KD did. I don't want to join a team that's too good, but I need to go somewhere that has some talent. I don't want a team where I'm Batman, but I do want somewhere where I can have some help. I don't want a team that's necessarily in a small market, but it ain't got to be in the biggest. It got to have some type of market. It's like it's too many variables. If all of y'all get to this podium and all y'all talk about is winning, that's all I want to do, man. Anything the team need me, I'm willing to do this, that, and the third. Go do that. James Harden, all he was missing was a ring. Bro, when you go to Brooklyn, I ain't trying to hear nothing. It's you, KD, Kyrie.
And Clax. Clax was amazing.
Well,
he was amazing.
Still Ben
after
Simmons'
James Harden,
team,
though.
technically.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah.
He was there after James. That's where he hit his stride. You're right.
So it's like, and even with the Brooklyn thing, he can say, I think he was one of the problems. Not in the locker room, probably. You can give that to Kyrie with the shot and all the whatever.
Or the lack of shot.
Yeah. That's what I meant, like the actual.
know.
Oh, okay. But I think that team don't go as far, even with all that going on, because him and Kyrie weren't really available. He had the hamstring.
Yeah.
Kyrie had the knee. KD was out there by himself, foot on the line. You tell me if James Harden is a little bit more healthy, they can't push past that, where KD single-handedly kind of did it, you in the NBA Finals. It's just too many variables.
Chris Paul will have a ring.
Why? Because the Suns weren't beating them.
Yes, they would. Nobody on that team is making that play.
If they let Giannis drop 50, Kevin Durant was finna have 70 in the finals.
Kevin Durant has higher variety with his shots, so a higher chance of missing. If running dunk man is running and dunking, that's all. You can't stop that. But Kevin might miss a jump shot or two.
Yeah.
Another
But
thing,
Kyrie he's running layup man if you let him.
not on
K
Chris Paul.
ain't dunking it, but he not on who?
Well, I'm about to say, not on,
Especially on
not
Chris
staying in
Paul.
front of that no more.
I think I'm just feeling it because I got the jersey, yo. Daryl Morey on James Harden calling him a liar. I haven't responded because it falls flat on his face. In 20 years of working in the league, I've always followed through on everything. Every top agent knows that. Privately, I appreciate all the key people in the league reaching out to me and knowing that it's not true. Which is funny because Chris Paul also called him a liar a couple years ago. And then Carmelo Anthony also called him a liar a couple years ago. So it's like,
I was going to say that's a good quote to use. Anybody, because it's like basically what he's saying is you have longevity in something, there's nothing that you could do that's kind of wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, I've been podcasting for 10 years now, man. You think I'm a lie? I can never lie. Look, I've been working here for 10 years. You know how many agents are still working who have lied, who have been conniving and done something dirty? You know how many players have, finessed something and are still in the league? That don't mean nothing, Daryl Morey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I think in context with James Harden, his point is valid.
Yeah.
He did everything James Harden wanted to do up to this point.
Do y'all remember the Chris
But
Paul quote?
No, I don't remember.
Okay.
I do think he lied to James Harden. Though.
I was shocked. Truth be told, I just talked to Daryl a couple days before the trade, and he said that I wasn't going to get traded to Oklahoma City. That's funny because, the rest doesn't matter. But, yeah, allegedly, Daryl told him he wasn't going to trade to Oklahoma
What was
City.
the Carmelo lie?
About coming off the bench or being cut.
Hold on, let me see if I can find the Melo one.
Yeah, because
I feel like the Melo one got to be about.
The Melo one was crazy. Because they cut him after 12 games.
The Melo one also put him and Chris Paul friendship. Like Carmelo said he had to call CP.
Yeah.
Like, did you know about this? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he felt blindsided. I remember Carmelo speaking on it. So
I think in order to be the president of basketball ops or the general manager, you have to be conniving and deceiving in one way or another. It's an unfortunate part of the business, but Marcus Smart just got told that he wasn't getting traded, and then they traded his ass for Chris Porzingis. Like, this is a reoccurring thing.
Am I a liar or am I conniving or whatever you want to call it? If in my mind, I am the New York, let's get it. We don't think we trade. Oh, I really don't think we trade you, Contrail.
But the offer just becomes too good, and
But
then you pull the trigger.
oh man, they don't put Dame on the table. I didn't know they was gonna put Dame on the table when we talked. I didn't know.
The offer we had originally, we weren't trading.
Yeah, I really came into this offseason with not expecting you. But then Dame just Dame requested a trade, which when we talked, Dame didn't do. And now I got to trade you. I really don't think when the Bucks lost to the Heat and they was going into the offseason, I don't think anybody in the building was like, it's a possibility Jrue won't be here.
Yeah.
That's probably he's probably, besides Giannis, probably one of the last names that they thought wasn't going to be on
3 days before he got traded, I want to retire Milwaukee Bucks.
Yes, he did.
That was crazy.
That was crazy.
I didn't know that until it happened and somebody said it. I'm like, oh, man.
Yeah, you can hear like the little bit of pain in Giannis when he was talking about like when they got rid of Jrue. He was talking about like, because the question was like, do you feel like the acquisition of Dame is going to get you close to that championship? And he was like, yeah, like I can't deny that, like top 75 all NBA player, like MVP candidate. But we could have won with Jrue. And I was about to shed a tear. I'm like, damn.
They said they didn't consult with Dame.
They did win.
They didn't consult with Giannis on the trade.
They didn't want him to
They didn't want no pushback on the Jrue thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually very interesting to think about.
What?
Because he's so loyal, he gonna use it against him.
That's a dangerous game to play, though.
Yeah, because it could either make Giannis leave in off season. Because like, what if he don't want? I know they've hinted on wanting to play together, but what if he didn't want?
That's a game I'm willing to play if I'm the GM. Because that he got up here all offseason talking about, man, we got to make sure on the same commitment level of winning. This is
you know
commitment
what's crazy is too, because they asked him about that too. They were like, does this kind of like satisfy with that for what you said? He's like, you can go back. I said the same thing every year. That ain't had nothing to do with this. And I'm like, bro, you know, like you moving strategic. You don't got to say that.
The GM said the same thing though. They asked the GM, and I only read this. I didn't hear his presser. But they asked the GM about how he was feeling when they were hearing Giannis say that. He was like, we didn't feel no way. That's what Giannis says. It's the same sentiment every year.
Yeah, Giannis kind of said, why would I want to stay in a losing situation? Pretty much. He said, why would I want to be in Milwaukee? We're just losing. That's not who I am.
But the thing is, this ain't a losing situation.
No, yeah.
The team won the most games.
That's why he was talking about like we could have still, even if we had Jrue still, we still could have been in that spot where we could have won that championship, which I agree on to a certain extent too. But he was talking about how like when as soon as Dame got traded, whatever, how they was already texting and everything like that, and how I think you mentioned it too. Like he literally said like they cut from that straight cloth. I think you literally said that verbatim too. But they were going on and on. He's like, man, it goes for anything though. Like as long as my team is trying to compete, like I'm gonna be all in. Like there's no point of me being here when I could be with my family or like you just be enjoying life.
You taking time.
I'm taking my time out of that to be here, and I'm putting in all my work. Like everybody has to be on the same page, or there's no point. Like we need to be on the same page for this all to work.
I love the fact that him and Dane kind of had the same mindset. Where like, yeah, this duo sounds sexy on paper, but like it's a lot. We still got to go do the work in order to get to Larry O'B.
Because we've seen over the last I don't know how many years on paper it don't matter.
Yeah, it don't.
Giannis got the scariest dude to go up against. Bro.
Kawhi and PG was supposed to have 3 rings if we talk about on paper. The Clippers been stacked.
Which team do y'all feel more comfortable in saying is going to win the East right now?
The Bucks.
The Bucks. Just
it's just
Giannis,
no way.
Giannis has already kind of been there too.
Yeah.
There's no way.
And it's kind of like if they do dribble handoffs and pick and roll, what do you stop?
They're going to do it.
Yeah, no, they are going to do it, but it's like
I feel good about the Celtics.
I like them because
did you see
they
Giannis
always kind of
stats
had the
against
defense.
Porzingis?
No, I didn't.
Someone had like pulled it up on like what is it?
Stat Muse, probably.
Yeah, Stat Muse, and like he's like dominated Porzingis in every matchup.
Yeah. That makes sense to me.
It's,
Rightfully so.
It's Giannis.
Yeah.
But
That's
perimeter
also
wise,
my
they
other
could lock
argument.
up
Like
for the Celtics.
Robert Williams, there's no Giannis or Embiid stoppers.
Yeah, I remember when the trade happened, there were a lot of people on Twitter, and it was a gif of like somebody. It was Shaq doing the push off on who's that?
Oh, we just
watched
it was
who the hell was it against? It's not really relevant. Everybody knows the clip. This is Bam, Giannis, and Embiid versus the front court of the Boston Celtics. I'm like, one of them is not like the other.
Right. You want to show Bam doing anything, you better show his defensive versatility.
You better show his dribble handoffs.
You better show that 5-foot pull up he be doing.
Talking about the
5-foot pull up.
he be doing that high.
But
Yeah.
that is the front
Are
court.
there any dark horses?
No, it's one or two.
Yeah, it really ain't no dark.
Like
horse.
fully healthy. Obviously, we don't know about
Yeah.
health, but like fully healthy, I don't see Philly. Now I can't see Miami either at this point.
Miami has had this offseason for them is terrible.
Don't
I
let.
just- yeah.
But you know what's crazy? Back to the fandom, man. Somebody tweeted us and was like, y'all better get them they flowers if they do it again this year.
As we always do, but like we're not gonna.
I didn't know we'd be up here hating on the Heat. I thought we gave them who didn't give them the flowers on this run. But like as an analyst with our job,
We got to take what we see on paper and just go with it.
and
Every
then we
other
gotta
roster
take what we
looks
see
better.
on the season. It's
Yeah.
the same cycle. It's the same cycle.
Even knowing what we know, I just still feel way more comfortable with the other two teams.
Somebody tweeted me with the name trade talking about y'all gonna regret this when Tyler Hero's averaging 25, and I'm just like, no.
I know one thing for certain with the Heat, they gonna probably have two players that I don't know. They gonna come up and they gonna be hooping for
It's
the Heat.
Hayward Highsmith season, baby. It's
Oh,
I
finally
know who
his
that
time.
is though.
Oh,
It's got to be somebody I never heard
it's
of.
Jamal
though.
Cain season.
Jamal Cain.
Okay, okay, man.
Jamal Cain and Orlando Robinson.
Yeah, one of them is about to take off. Which is it's possible. It's the Miami Heat,
It's
but
the Miami
still,
Heat.
the other team got
But even with-
four All-Stars.
Even with that, yeah, that's what my point. Even with them having that breakout guy, it don't match what this is.
They got Porzingis, the Jays, and Jrue Holiday.
I don't
Yeah.
think people understand how good of a year Porzingis had.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think people are still hanging on to like Dallas Porzingis.
yeah.
Porzingis, you have to think about the health, but like when you go over the year he had, I think you look at the Celtics and go, "Whoa, this is crazy." Especially with Joe Mazzulla being more offensive minded.
And they
This-
got a real coaching staff for Missoula. They got Terry
Versus
Stotts over there.
Oh,
Terry Stotts.
Who
Dame's
knows?
got his guy.
Terry Stotts is in Milwaukee.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that's what I meant. I'm sorry. Adrian Griffin has a real staff.
He's in
Damian Lillard.
Milwaukee?
Yeah.
Yeah, Terry Stotts is in Milwaukee.
Yeah, I just
Oh,
remember them linking back
That's
up.
crazy.
Yeah, he said when he got there, that was one
Sam
of the first things.
Cassell is on the Celtics coaching staff.
oh, dang! That he thanked him specifically in his thank you letter, and his goodbye letter or whatever.
Dude, there's so much stuff moving around. I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
Kevin Durant said, "I will play in the Olympics."
How did he know he gonna make the roster? Ain't it tryout?
He
period?
said, "I will." Like they already had that conversation before. It wasn't even a
What he say?
question.
I'm Kevin Durant.
I do love the fact that LeBron said the workload. It won't really be much. If you look at the guys that were going to be on that
Dog.
team, what am I going to have to do? Rebound, get a few blocks or something. I won't have to do much.
Did you see the
Steph
beginning
Curry
part?
didn't give a definite, but they feel pretty good about Steph Curry this year too.
Did you with the LeBron one? So they were talking about him in his 21st season,
Yeah.
and James Worthy was talking to LeBron. He's like, "Man, my kids gonna hate me for doing this," but he's like, "You in year 21, right?" You know what he said after that?
What's that?
21. Can you
Oh,
do
my
something?
God.
I'm like, y'all gotta
James
stop
Worthy's
this, bro.
crazy. James Worthy's one of the best post game shows in all time.
I love that with him smoking that cigar.
Yeah.
They also asked LeBron like basically like him considering retirement. I forgot what he said exactly. Like I need to look in the mirror. Something like
He
that.
took a second, like,
Well, the best news is that they believe Bronny's going to be able to play this year.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. And that obviously changes his timeline because he still wants to play with Bronny.
He was saying that
eventually.
was part of his motivation is watching Bronny play competitively and also watching Bryce do his thing. And then he also said he can't lie. Them acquisitions over the offseason, they got him motivated too.
Did y'all see the Mr. Miyagi quote he had?
Yeah.
That
No.
is crazy.
About Rui Hachimura?
Yes.
Are you excited for Rui this season?
Yeah,
Saying
I
that
am.
he is working out with LeBron like a lot.
That is.
I didn't see what was it? What did he say right there?
He said it.
some borderline racism. Maybe not even borderline. Like that might be full on.
I just want to know, is what we seen from Rui in the playoffs real? Because
Yeah.
I didn't see. I
I'll
never
buy
thought I would
in.
see him
I'll
shooting
buy
like
in on
that.
Rui.
He said LeBron and him worked out all offseason.
Yeah.
I was a big component of like voucher for Rui with the Wizards. I was expecting a breakout in one of those years, so I'm still high on it. LeBron is a presser that I watch. I'm gonna be honest with you. On a day like media day where there's so much going on, LeBron's is kind of boring. Kevin Durant, LeBron.
When you go through 21 of them, it's like not much. And this is one of the off seasons where the Lakers don't have anything crazy going on.
Yeah,
They just had a good off season.
They're asking him, is he going to retire? They're asking him. The main thing I want to hear is Bronny's doing good.
Yeah.
What else is there to really ask him? The same old, and it's LeBron. He's so media trained. LeBron is never going to go to media day and say something at this point that is going to be like, oh my gosh,
It's
LeBron
not.
said
I mean,
this.
I think the next biggest thing I probably took is that like he was talking about like over the years he's had a lot of teams that like came into the season at full strength or just look ready, and he was like, this is that season. You know, he didn't have to. He talked a lot about how last year there was a lot of ups and downs, mostly a lot of downs until really the second half of the season. But this one, you're coming in fully at 100.
And Anthony Davis seems like he's ready to take. Like he said that he wants to do this like fully, where he's the guy and he doesn't have to fully rely on LeBron James.
So you
Hearing
want to
that
play
is-
all 82 too?
Yeah, hearing that is kind of refreshing, especially when you have high expectations for a guy like Anthony Davis,
We'll
because you know
see.
the level that he can play at. So I know as a Laker fan, that has to excite you.
I am, because it's always the most frustrating thing is just that it's not a nightly basis on the offensive side. Defensively, he got it.
Yeah,
Offensively, it's just like, come on, man, don't let that dude that you got 5 inches on, don't settle on him for a jumper.
yeah, that's kind of why he wants to play the 4. Darvin Ham kind of hinted at. He said because Anthony Davis feel like he has a lot more ways he could attack on the offensive side of the ball, which he does. Anthony Davis is a very skilled big, but you feel like that skill is unlocked at the 5, but sometimes he feels like he can unlock it at the 4 more. So that's kind of why he wants to do it. But the thing is, defensively, Christian Wood, you don't want to put him.
Did
at
y'all
that
watch
five.
his presser? I didn't watch. I see he got his hair did.
I saw he tweeted 18.
Is that his jersey number?
Mm-mm.
No,
He's looking for the 18th banner, 18th trophy in Lakers
he's
history.
wearing 35.
Oh.
I think.
Oh, okay.
Who else did I? Oh, you know who was interesting?
Who?
Messiah Jerry. Really brutally honest.
Mm-hmm.
Asked him about the Pascal and OG and all of that. He was like, I got to see this team play. Then last year they was selfish. We played very selfish last year and things like that. And then Pascal got to his presser and was like, I've never played selfish in my career. I don't think I've ever played selfish. So that was very interesting. They do the politically correct. And he was just saying, hey, we got to see some things.
Yeah,
and
that's
I kind of actually appreciate that. And he was just saying, they had different ways to get younger and do this and do that. And they wanted to bring their team back and, see him play in a different way. And
Is OG moved at the deadline since he's already saying he's testing free agency?
I think testing free agency has changed. The optics of it has changed quite a bit now. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna take my meetings, but I could still come back here. And I don't think everybody's afraid of a player testing free agency.
But
anymore.
do you think the Raptors don't want to lose him? Like, is he
Well,
a guy?
I think it's actually all dependent on where their success level is around the deadline.
Okay.
Are they competing for a playoff spot? Are they higher than that? Are they well lower than that? Like that all determines everything.
I me personally, I would have traded him last year.
Yeah, you would have got more value for him.
I would have traded him last when they was talking 3 this, 3 that. Oh,
Yeah.
OG, yeah, your suitcase right there. we got your passport right there. You thirsty? All right. There's some water right there. Yeah, man. Go
I
do your.
seen a clip of OG playing 2K. He mad about the contract he getting. You seen that?
No.
He was playing 2K, and they were saying about he playing 2K like 28 or something because you looked at the year.
He simulated
It, I don't know. It said
Bro.
like 20. It was like year 2029, 2030 or something like that.
So he had to simulate.
Yeah,
I don't know, but he was
Where
There
mad.
is no
was that-
2K28, Mike.
Okay. When you saw that,
Yeah,
was that OG Anunoby?
I don't know.
Or was that an old man, someone's uncle that they call OG? Because you're wild. Because I think it's just a normal dude.
Oh, the dude that be on.
I just
Oh,
know
the OG dude.
Yeah, the OG dude. Yeah.
I be seeing it on Twitter.
But I don't
You
even know if it's
wild.
him. I just think it's some dude.
No. I'm not talking about OG that talk podcast.
Oh, not Shy
There's
Town.
a 2K OG that they be talking
I
about.
gotta look.
that's
I
been
wish
on
I
my
would have
time.
liked.
Because you
bogus,
thinking that this
bro.
is OG Anunoby is
You bogus as
crazy.
hell.
But no, I could
That
have
make a
sworn
lot
it
of
was
sense. You
him,
said that because
though.
I've been hearing.
It might be. I'm not saying you. I don't
could've
know.
sworn
I
it
don't
was
know.
him.
But I interpreted it as just OG instead of OG
You
Anunoby.
crazy.
This OG on what
Hold
was
on,
it?
I
Was it
gotta
like
go
on
double
stream?
check, though, because
No,
they were
no.
talking. They were in the comments talking about like they was like NBA. It's crazy that an NBA player can make this much. Like he makes this much money, but because he was talking about the contract, he was getting the shoe deals like 1,000 VC per game. And he was complaining about that. They was like, but in the game he makes nothing. So that's why I assumed it was OG.
I'm gonna see if I can find it really, really quick, because I think 2K Intel tweeted it.
Mhm.
You boy.
Did you get a chance to watch your Bulls?
Yeah, I watched the Bulls. Nothing interesting
I
other than
was-
Alonzo Ball.
The only quote that came back, Zach LaVine saying when there's smoke, there's fire. That was interesting.
Yeah,
I was listening to Billy Donovan just because like I caught it live when he was up there.
bro, this is not OG
But
Anunoby's
look-
voice. This is not OG Anunoby's voice. This is an older man.
Look at the comments. It do sound. I definitely did think he sounded weird. In
The
there.
comments say, OG looking to cash out in my career. OG in too deep. But that's it. Oh, somebody said, can you please add him? And the dude is named City Bake TV on TikTok.
Oh, okay. So I'm
he
wrong.
is crazy. he is crazy. You think OG Anunoby playing that much day of my career?
2K20. I mean 2K28, 2028. That's crazy.
But I
Imagine
said-
being that far into 2K.
People
just
do be though.
simulating.
People do
Yeah.
be. I seen Billy Donovan talking, and it was kind of making me a little mad because he was talking about how the offense was, and I didn't know. I feel like he had to. It's either it's going to change or it's going to stay the same. But he was talking about it. He's like, "Well, we shoot like one of the best at the rim. We just don't take that many." He's basically talking about like their offense. And it's like, yeah, the offense is going to predicate around your probably two best players
Dude, they
and how
suck.
they take mid range jumpers.
They do.
The-
They didn't get me excited at all for anything they said. In
No.
Carney Chauvin's going to say, yeah, we're just going to change our shot diet.
Mhm.
We're going to do try to space it out just a little bit more because when we take them, we make them. We just need to feel more comfortable with taking them. I'm like, bro, DeMar DeRozan is on your team. He's your leading scorer, and he's just not. He's your leading scorer. That's what he does.
Mhm.
And Zach LaVine is a mid-range merchant as well. So it's like,
Where are you getting all these threes?
For y'all
from?
to change that shot diet, y'all got to change players. Y'all gonna have to
That's-
change
yes.
something on that roster.
yes, or the coaching has to do like it's.
Yeah. There's no
It
way
wasn't
you're
great.
in practice telling DeMar you need to take that top of the key three.
I was actually really disappointed in the Bulls presser
Mhm.
because I said this in the group chat. Patrick Williams looked so fucking weak yesterday.
I was just gonna say that was my biggest problem.
Another dollar.
And I'm so excited for Patrick. Like that is the one glimmer of hope I have. It's in Patrick Williams for him to come in with that hairband and the one sleeve. I'm like, the one wristband.
He had this on.
Oh my god, bro! He looked bad. Negative on court drip, and you need to have something. Coming in with no accessories is better than coming in with weak accessories, in my opinion. He could have had flip flops and sandals on. I'd be like, yeah, this is season. I do not feel good about it. If he's playing real games, or maybe he's trolling like Jimmy, but he's just year 4 player, so he can't do the perm yet. If this is really how he think he gonna hoop this season, I am not excited for Patrick Williams.
Question I got for you. Did anybody see anything about the Cavaliers? Did y'all see a Donovan
No,
Mitchell?
so some teams did
No.
their press or their media day early, and they might be one of those teams.
I thought it was 2 teams. I thought it was the Timberwolves,
because they went over and the Mavericks.
Mavericks.
They went over to
I thought
play.
those were the only 2 teams.
And
The Cavs did speak.
They were just telling me yesterday on stream too.
where are they playing at? I forget.
The Cavs did speak though because their GM Kobe Altman.
Abu Dhabi. Okay.
Kobe Altman had got like drive under the influence.
Yes.
So he had to speak on that. But I didn't see like
Let's
Evan
see.
Mobley, Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell.
Mhm.
I
I'm gonna see. I'm gonna go to their subreddit and see who's got good quotes.
See
DG
that.
said, "I'm the leader of the team."
Oh, okay.
And Evan Mobley looks like he put on some extra weight. They got
Jason
some.
Tatum also said he gained 12 pounds.
You
this
can see
offseason.
it.
Yeah.
He's super strong.
Darius was wearing New Balance.
Oh,
This is what their subreddit is worrying about right now. That's pretty much it.
Draymond went to Nike.
Draymond
Yes, he
did go to
did.
Nike.
Draymond also has an ankle injury. CP3 looked really weak in the
Oh my
Warriors
God,
jersey.
he looked bad, bro. He really
Super
did look
weak.
bad.
Super weak in the Warriors jersey. I know he won't be weak, but he just
No,
looked
I
weak.
can't even say that no more.
Yeah, he deserves the benefit. He's not Patrick Williams. He deserves the benefit of the doubt.
True.
I'm trying to think of anything else to
I
say.
think what make him also weak is that his shoes be so
weak as
bad.
hell, man. Big
ju-
bulky.
He just look old now.
He
Which
do.
is he got the
He do be
pudgy
talking
back.
like
got the
old head
haircut
too. He got
that's
that old head
He got
talk.
that dad look. He literally got that old.
He got
dad.
the I should be bald, but I'm gonna keep these 3 strands of haircut.
Bro, they asking this like,
Jeff Green got that too now, by the way.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta see.
he gave this old man answer. He
because
was
Jeff
like,
Green had a hair full of hair.
Yeah, didn't he have?
No,
a-
he had the bald spot in the back.
Oh, he did.
Oh.
And he finally just cut it off.
they were like, do you think it's important
So
to
did Derrick
like?
White.
It was like, do you think it's important to meet your teammates and like just get acquainted with them before like the whole season starts and everything? He's like, yeah. He's like, newsflash. I didn't know if you noticed, but this is not my first time being traded. And I'm just like, bro.
I think Russell Westbrook did something similar too, where he hosted a workout in Vegas, and everybody who showed up, he gave new iPhones to.
Was he
should've
Mr.
showed up.
Beast?
Oprah Winfrey.
Jeff Green definitely cut that chop off.
Mr. Beast getting his Festivals patch on the Charlotte
It's
Hornets
crazy.
is so.
Yeah,
That is something I couldn't have imagined in 100
is that where
years.
he from?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Getting closer and closer to having that content creator on the roster.
Seriously, that 10-day contract for Jimmy Mr. Beast. Bro, it's so crazy to see how the lines have blurred in entertainment and sports and like YouTube and all of this stuff. There's no reason for a Feastables patch to exist, but it does. And it looks kind of good on the jersey, like because of the colors. I don't like the logo itself, but like for the color scheme of the jersey and stuff, did anybody report how much that costs? Because I just
I
got
didn't
the
see it.
notification.
I
It's got to
didn't
be
see it.
hella expensive to
Yeah.
have your patch on.
I'm the opposite. If I have a patch, I kind of don't want it to go with the scheme. I want
You
it
want
to
it
stand
to
out.
pop
Stand
it,
out.
yeah.
So if you wear, like the Hornet, like this color, I would want my shit to be red.
Yeah.
Like boom.
like a
Target.
Coca-Cola logo.
Yeah, the Coca-Cola, Target, we just right there, boom. You know what I'm saying? This, I probably want, like a orange.
Like a
or-
blue.
Or yeah, blue.
Yeah,
Let me see if anybody ever came out with a number for what's his name? What is Jimmy's last name? Jimmy Donaldson.
Jimmy Donaldson.
Jimmy Donaldson, one hell of a baseball player in his day.
You know he's
he
really,
was.
Yeah.
Damn.
You know he's really good at what he does
What?
because Mr. Beast is a weak name.
It's right, yeah, no.
That's
And-
such a sophomore year. I just got my Xbox.
Yeah.
Mr. Beast.
His name was Mr. Beast, like 3,000 or something, 6,000 or some shit.
Also,
like
he
that.
took away the numbers.
He took away the numbers. But no, nobody has reported how much it has cost. But they will also be on the Hornets Venom GT in the 2KE League. They will also have the Feastables patch on that as well. So he paid for both. Feastable managed to make over $10 million in the months following the launch. So yeah, they got the money for that. Wow. It's really insane to think about.
Another quote. Shots fired. John Collins.
Oh yeah,
You got the quote? I'm gonna let you
Yeah,
get
I
in your
think-
bag, D Millie.
I got the screenshot of it.
Yeah, say it directly. I don't wanna miss no
Good.
words.
I feel like I missed most of media day because I was on set all yesterday.
Oh yeah.
So I was just getting
I was thinking
notifications.
to
I
myself,
wasn't really-
like, because I heard Dane was talking about how he got traded and how, like, I think he said he finally got the news to his phone and the kind of reality hit him. And he was like, nobody was in the house, so I had to kind of sit
They was
for him.
all doing stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was thinking to myself, like, would I rather be on one of these dudes that be like, your name is just always there to get traded for like a couple of years, or it's just like, it just happened like that?
I'd rather just happen.
Yeah.
I would
OG
hate to be-
Anunoby also pranked him.
Yeah.
Like he was on the phone with Chris Haynes, and then OG texted him and said, "Welcome to Toronto." And Chris Haynes said he panically got off the phone.
He's probably pissed.
Yeah. But the John Collins quote on joining Utah. I'd say the one thing that has surprised me is the lack of ego here. It's refreshing to have a group of guys that truly emphasize playing team basketball and that want to do so. So
Man.
he might as well just put a name on it.
at Trey Young.
I don't have to deal with pound dribble kick out to me. Like
Yeah.
that's pretty much
I
what
can
he said.
score more ways than an alley-oop pass or a corner three-point shot,
Yeah.
as far as he knows.
So
Because they don't. The reason he don't have to deal with that, the Jazz don't have a point guard in their roster.
Nope.
Yeah,
Keontae.
they got to play
George,
team ball.
They have no choice.
Colin Sexton, THT,
Chris Dunn.
Chris Dunn.
Yeah, I feel it.
Mid-range killer,
Some-
Chris Dunn.
Yeah.
Some players just can't play in that type of system. They need that more free flowing. Some people they do work better in that pound
But
pound
Capella
system.
needs to be a pound.
Yeah, so it just goes to how your play style is really.
Yeah. Clint Capella made a lot of money off lobs from great point guards.
I don't blame him.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look around to see if there was anything else. Yeah, Ben Simmons. They talked to him, and everybody was saying it's the best they've seen him as a net. You take that how you want to take it. I know it's media day. Nobody's going to say it's the worst they've seen him. So, Ja Morant will be able to travel with the team and practice with them. So they figured out the schedule for themselves there. The Magic. Did the Magic say? I don't remember anything from the Magic.
No.
Kyle Kuzma want to play for Team USA.
Good luck.
No, you remember it's always at least
Aaron
one.
Gordon said
Aaron Gordon got
I had
the
said
spot.
Aaron Gordon was going to be the random.
Yeah, he's that guy.
It's him. It's him. 100%.
Yeah.
Aaron Gordon is the guy.
Yeah. Kuzma did say they need somebody that can play their role, catch and shoot, and play defense. And Booker said, "I'll do it."
Yes, he did say.
So, shout out to D Book. Yeah, Team USA is gonna be nasty. I cannot wait for the Olympics.
Imagine they lose a game or something. That's
They
what,
might.
like-
I mean, the Serbia's nice.
I don't think
Germany's
so.
nice.
I don't think so. All of the Steph, almost said Kobe, Kawhi, LeBron, KD, Book. Book is saying he'll be a role player.
Aaron Gordon.
If
That
Ka-
roster's crazy.
If Kawhi play, does he immediately go into that starting lineup? Like, he has to.
And you know, if all these guys playing, Paul George is gonna want to play.
Gosh, yeah.
Damian Lillard is gonna want to play.
De'Aaron Fox is the only one that said no. I'm
Anthony
good.
Davis said,
Is
he
he
asked
gonna
me, I'll
make
play.
Zion said he will play too.
Zion, how about we play NBA ball first? let's get a 50-game season under your belt before we start talking about Olympic ball. He feels like a player that wouldn't translate great to Olympic ball.
Who?
Zion.
That boy
Yes, he
just gonna
would.
run and
You
catch
can just-
lobs.
You don't have to wait for it to come off the rim. Oh, man,
true.
put back
Imagine a
everything.
Zion Steph Curry
But I
pick
was
and
just
roll.
thinking about the lack of 3 seconds in the paint, so it's always going to be a person down there.
Oh,
That's all.
He
Yeah.
a duck on the ass still.
True. Yesterday was the 23rd anniversary of Vince Carter jumping over the guy in France.
Great highlight, boy. Y'all highlight battle. I don't
Thank
think we never talked about that.
Yeah, it was awful. That's why.
I think,
Yeah,
I think that
y'all-
one
No,
round.
No, it wasn't awful.
I think
it
we
was-
had one really bad
It had
round.
an awful start.
It did. I feel like, for some people,
That rookie
they
one-
might have turned it off because it started off slow.
The first
That
two
rookie
rounds,
one
I
was
was
very bad. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie to you.
And the role player one. Or then you did a weird Gerald Green one, then Jamal Crawford. You picked one that was Jamal Crawford passing it to Blake Griffin, who was an all-star.
It was a really good
So we
play.
should have cut the clip right when he threw it up because the finish is somebody else.
I can't believe
He
I
also
lost to
picked the
John
whole
Wall and Dougie.
he picked the
doing
whole
Dougie.
5-minute video of
No,
highlights.
that was his best moment though. The
That was a
John Wall
good-ass
Dougie,
video.
that broke it to make it different than just alley oop.
Also lost to
Highlight.
something else he did. Did I lose to the Lonzo thing?
No,
No,
you
you
dominated
didn't.
the
You-
Lonzo
you beat
thing.
that.
Oh.
It was like 90-10.
I lost to something else he did that I was just like, how the fuck am I
I'm gonna do
losing
another
to
one,
this?
but I wanna go back to the drawing board with the rules because I think
Yeah.
the fluidity of it all was a bit stiff as I was searching stuff and waiting and
I guess
was-
now it's me and P.
yeah.
Also
we can
write
do
it down, like the results of the rounds.
Yeah, it's a lot of things I could do to make it better, and I will. I'll make it better, and it'll be the number one sports Twitch show.
We still gotta do me, Jay-Z versus Lil Wayne.
You know the problem with that I was thinking about?
What?
You hosting.
I know. I was
So
thinking
what I'm gonna do? Send you my song?
that I was thinking, but we can get KB to host or something like that.
I can host it for you.
Yeah.
We got to get you to get the categories because I want it to be even with the categories.
Yeah,
or if
I
we
don't-
both go no, it's just like at least we have time to prepare for it. I don't want to create it like I already got this in mind. So it's just like I want it to be even. A nice game.
But I was thinking about that. I'm like, I ain't finna send him my song so he can be getting ready. Nah.
Here's some trades that just feel wrong from Zach Buckley at Bleacher Report.
Just feel wrong.
Like
NBA trades that just feel wrong.
Okay.
Okay.
First one, Michael Hurd.
Uh-oh.
Dylan Brooks coming to the LA Lakers in exchange for D'Angelo Russell, Maxwell Lewis, and 3 second-round picks. Because of the beef that they've had together.
Yeah.
It feels wrong, but do you feel good about the talent that is Dylan Brooks coming to LA potentially?
I wouldn't be mad at it. I think it's kind of sucks because D'Lo has that more like offensive explosiveness to him. But adding a dude that could be, all NBA defender it's always kind of cool to have.
The next one, James Harden going to the Miami Heat.
No.
In exchange for Tyler Hero, Caleb Martin, and 1 first-round pick.
No, the 76ers say hell yeah.
Yeah.
But he don't fit the Heat culture. He's not gonna mesh well with Jimmy Butler, I don't think.
That man gonna be at Tootsie's every night.
As he should. The next one, Mr. P. We the plug. Trae Young coming to the New York Knicks.
Absolutely not.
In exchange for R.J. Barrett,
No.
Emmanuel Quickly, Isaiah Hardenstein, and 2 future first-round
So we
picks.
just got Jalen Brunson and Trae Young just back there killing it. Huh?
Little ass backcourt.
That's Pro-Am 2K24.
Damn.
That sounds like your world, my world.
Yeah, hey,
And then you got Julius Randle. You know he got us. He need his ISO moments.
But what
too.
I do love, he's not ignorant. I ain't hear Quentin Grimes in that. Quentin Grimes is the breakout player of the Knicks this year.
That's the only thing with me. I was
down.
like, I feel like y'all not giving up crazy stuff to get Trae Young.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's the only thing.
They
about
sleeping
it.
on Trae.
And lastly, Karl Anthony Towns going to the Miami Heat. In exchange for Tyler Hero, Caleb Martin, Nikola Jovic, and a first-round
So
pick.
him and Jimmy thing is just scraped under the rug.
All of this is like fake
grown.
beef going under the rug,
They
basically.
matured.
Yeah. Except for the James Harden to the Miami Heat. Where's the beef there?
Is it because the Heat said they wouldn't trade for him?
Probably.
I don't know.
I think it's that because the Heat did come out and say that.
Or
they
is it just because of the legitimately?
I think it's just a difference in culture.
Oh,
yeah,
that's literally
the
what it
culture.
says. Yeah. Yeah, it has to do with the culture. So those are
He not
trades
showing
that
up at
would-
no 4 a.m. Well, actually,
You're wrong.
I said this. I'm not gonna ever put no dirt on like the way James Harden like prepares himself. Like he enjoys the game. Like I don't ever get that knock on him.
Yeah, 4 a.m. going straight from the club to the practice facility.
Yeah. He gonna get there at 4 a.m. It's just gonna be from the club.
Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Because, yeah, he performs
Mm-hmm.
twice out of a 7-game series. But, you know,
That's
I've been on some troll stuff, and people take that way too seriously.
No,
It's
the
okay.
game where he had 40. Did he have 40 that game?
Yeah,
too?
Yeah.
it was a
That
Joel
was a-
didn't play. So
That was a movie like game.
yeah.
If you add
It
context
literally looked
to
like
it,
you turned back the clock to Houston.
yeah,
that's the type
if
of way
you
he
put
was
the context to it, that looks like it'd be in a movie.
Are
the
we
way he was
doing
scoring.
multiple fantasy drafts this year? Because we're going to do the pick a side one, I'm assuming.
Yep.
And we're going to do a friend one.
Yep.
Probably.
I talked to them, bro. I said
We
I
should
don't
merge.
like doing no categories.
Good. But then that's a big-ass
That
draft.
is a
Your
big-ass
second-round pick going to be somebody weak. But, I mean,
Yeah.
Makes you draft
I
better.
think that's too many people.
okay.
We are
Our friend group is like 10.
10 plus what they got 4 to 5.
Yeah.
They got 5 because of John.
So two different leagues.
Oh no, that's like 8 because the 6-man show is there too.
Oh, true. So, yeah, big-ass league. So, yeah, 2 different fantasies. We do that after preseason, I'm assuming. Because imagine your
When y'all just
first-round
talking
pick
about
gets
it in
injured.
DMs?
That was Mike and him. Yeah, that was Mike and him.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't say
it's coming soon,
I
though.
want to give you good luck on the week. We go against each other in fantasy.
Oh, I've already lost. I have 3 people on the bye.
You can.
No, my team is awful, and 3 people on a bye.
I just
Mike.
looking at the projections.
Like he could have had DJ Moore.
Nobody wants
Oh,
DJ.
well.
Projected to
Well.
get 73 fantasy points this week.
Bro, me and Pete had the highest points in the league this week by far,
And y'all played
and we
against each
played
other.
against each other, bro. That shit blew me.
You won? You lost?
No, I lost.
Oh yeah. I can tell by the way you was talking.
The whole league was talking all that shit about DJ Moore. I doubled down on so all y'all at home, obviously Justin Fields and the Bears have had a lot of stuff going on. I was dangling DJ. I was dangling out packages. Christian Kirk, DJ Moore. I'm trying to get a running back. I'm throwing out DJ Moore because I understand the optics in real life football. But when you talk about fantasy, he's been a double-digit guy week in and week out, even at their lowest moments. The only time he didn't score double digits is literally the first week when they literally just threw him the ball twice. Other than that, he's been a double-digit guy for you week in and week out. I'll throw it out there. I wasn't even talking to KB. KB had to stick his nose.
That's
in
because
there.
I wanted people to take my trade seriously. So you got to
Yeah.
talk down. You don't think that the people with the Milwaukee Bucks was telling the Portland Trailblazers Tyler Hero ass week. You would rather have Jrue Holiday.
But based off the results, they would have rather had DJ Moore.
Yeah.
Higgins got you what, 2 points?
He had a whole
DJ Moore outscored all your position players combined this week. They didn't touch him.
Yeah.
The only person that scored more than him was Josh Allen.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That is crazy that you had a week where everybody but Josh Allen.
Nobody
was single
had 5
digits.
points.
Yeah. That.
Nobody had more than
Dude
5
with
points.
0 wins talking to you though.
Yeah, I still
You are crazy.
have a way better record
What?
than you.
You are 0-4.
0 and
I would
4.
have beat everyone this week.
But that's not how it works.
Yeah.
That's not how it works. You didn't beat me. The top guy. I am the top guy in this week. This is my second week being the highest score. And you know what's crazy
What's
about
your
this
record?
week? I'm only 2-2.
Okay.
But
Shout out to the people that's 4-0.
the reason I'm 2-2, I should be 3-1. I have 1 week where we just didn't play. And that's when John had Tua and they scored 70. I wasn't going to win that week. But my second loss comes from week 1 because Aaron Rodgers literally put up 0 points. It doesn't when your quarterback gives you less than 10 and legitimately 0, you're done. So I mean that worked against me. So I don't really count it as a loss. I look at my
Who's
team
your
as
quarterback now?
What is
Who's your quarterback now? Where you got starting?
Cousins?
it was Cousins, but Anthony Richardson is back. So Anthony Richardson. But I didn't play him this week. But I didn't need to because I played Darrick. I didn't know how they was going to handle Anthony Richardson because he's coming off concussion. But they played him. He scored 29. Saquon Barkley is hurt, and you got outplayed. Like if Saquon plays, you out, man.
I cannot
That is
believe
crazy.
how Kyron has 4 starting running backs on his roster and won't even talk about he won't even talk about it.
I just want James Conner. I'm not asking him for.
Literally, that's what
I'm
I'm
not
looking at
asking-
him right
I'm
now.
not asking for Austin Eckler.
He blew me yesterday.
I
He's
would
talking
even take
about in the
Madison,
chat.
who's about to be like a second string, right? Potentially, because then they just trade for somebody. I just need somebody that can
They
get
did just
touches.
trade for
Kyron put in the chat yesterday. He's
Akers?
like,
Cam Akers.
Cam Akers, but he.
I just need somebody. He even got. Oh, he's on the IR.
why
He
Kyron
got
say,
Eckler.
why everybody want to talk? He's like, why everybody want to try to trade in my team?
I think he feels like there's
Somebody's trying to finesse
Yeah.
him, which is so stupid.
He has no
that's your
attachment to
thinking.
these players at all
At
either.
all.
That's your thinking. And you see what it did for you? The minute you just said, hey, maybe there's a trade out there I can just do because somebody just has a trade for me, you got Stephon Diggs. Without Stephon Diggs, you are nowhere near competing with me this week.
yeah, I know.
But my thing with Kyron is
He can't use the players that he has.
Yes. he replied, yeah, that's what he said to me. Why everybody want to trade with me? LOL. Because you have 7 running backs and you can only use 3 max. You have 7. Even with Austin Eckler hurt, he couldn't start James Conner. This is the only opportunity James Conner gonna get to play. If he can't play when Austin Eckler is hurt, you're never gonna play him.
Exactly.
So trade me him.
He can't be in the league next year.
He's thin at wide receiver.
Yes.
He has no receivers. And
Zero.
I got receiver galore. I got Romeo Dobbs who gives you 15. He's on my bench. I got you may not like him, but I got DJ Moore. I got Christian Kirk who's giving you double digits week in and week out.
He's for the people at home. He's got Tyler Lockett and
Jalen
Waddle as his wide receiver core, and that's it. You don't even have a third guy that could potentially play
He
because
got Traylon Burks. I don't
Lockett
know
is
who
on
that
the bye
And
game this year.
He was starting
or this
Traylon
week.
Burks until
He
we
got
said
Rashad Bateman, but that's not somebody who's going to be going
they
crazy.
have him
for you.
projected for 4 points this week. Whenever you're projected less than 10 as a receiver, don't talk to me. Watch out. And I know projections don't mean nothing, but it just says a lot. What they think you're going to get, like that's crazy.
Since they added 2 more games to the NFL season, is there another bye week? Or no? Is it still just one bye week?
That's the question I know the answer to.
Oh.
You know who's awful?
No, it's only one bye week.
Oh, okay.
Smalls is
When
just
did they add 2
existing.
games?
No, it used to.
It's 17-week season.
Yeah.
Opposed to 16-week.
Ain't that one?
Oh, it's one.
Yeah, one. My bad. Yeah.
But I'm looking. You can look at your player schedule at the game log.
Yeah, it says their bye week. Yeah.
It's only one for
Smalls' team is so bad, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should thank Smalls.
Yeah, let's just keep talking
Why should I
about
think?
Small's team.
Yeah, his
For the rest
team
of the
is
pod.
so
Why should I
bad.
thank him?
Because he's the reason
Who's
your
the
team ain't the
starter?
worst.
Oh,
It's his best player.
His best player is Jamar Chase. That was his first round pick. But the
That's
Bengals
okay.
haven't been on anything this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jamar
And
Chase
he also
was
has Joe
somebody He
Burrow.
always open.
Yeah, he has Joe Burrow too. So it's like, if their offense is not on anything, how is he gonna score points?
he could be a big. He can have a big second half run or something if they start to get their shit together.
For sure. No, it's not like he's void of anything, but it's just like, man, to start off 0-4 because he decided he wanted to draft Jonathan Taylor and Cooper Kupp, who hasn't suited up just yet. And then Jonathan Taylor, obviously, I think he's ramping into it, so he might be playing soon. But golly, what a rough start. He's got the Bengals defense and 3 Bengals players in his lineup.
Dang.
And Terrence offered me an awful trade, by the way.
What
and
was
he
it?
expects me to accept it.
What was it?
Let me go because I didn't decline it because I was like, what is he talking about? Transactions. How do I even look to see?
Shout out Terrence. He said,
Is
"Shout me out,
Terrence,
P."
Terrence is Hurts donor, right? Or is that that's Mason?
G fasting on the runway, bro.
I don't even know where I can go look at where he sent the trade. Just remember,
It should be at the top. It should be at the top. It still say transactions.
You go to your matchup, or to my team, like in there.
roster alerts. Yeah. Or pending transactions, one of the two.
Yeah.
Because I proposed 4 trades to Kyron. He has not declined any of them.
He just sitting there looking.
They're
at them
just
all.
sitting there.
He declined mine, and that was.
Oh,
a
I'm
good
sorry.
trade.
I declined Mason's. Oh, not Mason's. I declined whatchamacallits already, so I can't tell you what it was. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. And Kyron just bro, I can't. I hate him. I hate. What's the point of fantasy if you're not gonna take chances?
Mhm.
If this is
The
a
only people that
$20,000 league, then sure.
The only people that shouldn't be trading is Mike, who's 4-0.
Right, the teams that are winning. If you're
Yeah.
1-3, you need to shake some stuff up. I don't understand.
Same thing with you, Darrick. I'm looking at you to make a trade with like DeAndre Hopkins, bro. When are you just gonna not play him? Why are you playing him? Why do you have Juju Smith-Schuster on your team? You should drop him and take a chance. Like literally, the app will tell you if you go to like players.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they'll
I ain't
tell
even gonna
you
lie. If it says
transaction
like
trends, like pick up.
you got
Wilson
people
from the-
projected like 5 points.
Pick up Michael Wilson from the Cardinals. He's worth a chance than DeAndre Hopkins or Juju. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody probably picked him up by now because the waiver wire hit Wednesday to show you the results. But yeah, pick up Jamison Williams from the Lions, who's been suspended. Like, he may come back and be on some shit, something. But fantasy football is like a week by week basis. You can't just be in this bitch like, oh, I got Juju. You got to hit those licks on a waiver wire, man. Certain trends.
That's
be starting
exactly
to
what
happen.
I'm looking at because I'm dropping Deshaun this week and I'm picking up a QB for my bye.
You know who I picked up? Well, hopefully I get through.
Who?
Jaleel McLaughlin played against the Bears with the Broncos. Did you watch the Bears game?
Mm-mm.
He was killing. He had 17 points, man. He was killing.
I got my tight ends have been so bad. I have Dallas Goedert and
Tight end is tough.
Hunter
this
Henry,
season.
and they haven't been on anything.
Dude, Kyle Pitts. If I ever see Kyle Pitts,
I had him last year, and I felt like he wasn't doing anything.
well, he doesn't have a quarterback. The team throws the ball 12 times a game. It's like, what is he supposed to do?
Mhm.
It's like that's Bijan Robinson's team, and it's not like you can't expect. And I didn't know this because I didn't know football when we were drafted, but I've watched them and they literally just pound the ball all game. I wouldn't have drafted him if I knew that.
Mhm.
There were some good tight ends on the board. Now I don't know how they performing, but there was some good tight ends on the board.
I'm just hoping one of them come alive for me. I just
So
need one.
Terrence not gonna respond to shit I said.
He said, "I only know Tank Dale from the TikTok dance." I don't even know what he's talking about. I just saw he was putting up numbers, so I put a thing. And then the one day I started him, he didn't do a damn thing.
Amari Cooper didn't do nothing for you either.
That's because Deshaun Watson didn't play.
He didn't know.
I was driving to Detroit when that broke. I would have took him out the lineup and put like Judy in, who gave me like 10 points on my bench.
Oh,
But yeah, they don't expect the Deshaun Watson injury to hold him out another week, so that was just unlucky.
oh.
I just like how when you said this trade is awful to Terrence, he said, "Oh, so you know ball now."
I was in Detroit, and it was. I like Detroit's not a small city by any means, but it's smaller than Chicago, obviously. I like the cities that you go across the street, there's a football arena, and you go across the street, there's where they play
Baseball.
basketball, and it's like
Oh.
all in one little section. That's how it was there, and it was cool because here in Chicago, man, everything is so spread apart.
Facts.
It was a
I think you
cool
forget
city.
how big Chicago is.
Yeah.
Until you actually do look at like the landscape of like, damn, that's just
I think Chicago has to be like that. It would be so much traffic, bro.
Yeah,
yeah.
Facts. Especially like
Actually,
With-
let's just congest one area. Why have so many different spots happen to have so much traffic? But then again, we
Do it
have
in,
traffic when there's no sports.
Naperville.
But I remember driving down to the city when the Bears season was starting up. It was so much.
They said
traffic.
we're number one in the world with traffic. Like we
It don't
beat
be
LA.
seeming like it
There's
does.
no way.
Because New York, I've been in New York traffic. That shit is terrible.
You're not in this traffic every day.
True, but I have been in it though.
Yeah, you've been in New York.
True.
You ain't in it every day.
That
I
is
would think
true.
LA would be higher than both.
I thought so too.
The way I be seeing the pictures of them on that
those
one,
highways.
was it 405, whatever it is? See them that, and it's bumper to bumper. It take 30 minutes to go 2 miles on the expressway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that yesterday. 1 o'clock in the morning, we bumper to bumper on the expressway. Like,
Oh,
what the
hell
fuck
nah.
is happening
Hell
right
nah.
now? They want to
Was it an
close
accident?
4 of the
Bro,
5
name
lanes
somebody
for
bolder.
construction.
Name somebody bolder than those people that be driving on the shoulder of the road.
I hate them people.
I hate those.
You just think you're more important than everybody else
And ain't got nowhere to go.
and just try to fit in. No, I ain't letting you
And
in.
you wonder why
motherfucker.
your car look like that.
And I be
Bump-
thinking
bumper
just because, like,
scraped up.
I be seeing, like, there be, like, ambulances or police on that shoulder. Like,
Yeah.
what happens if they coming and you right behind?
Yeah,
Like,
they gonna try to
they're right
squeeze
behind
in,
you or
and
something.
motherfuckers, somebody gonna just let them in.
Yeah,
I ain't letting you in.
I try not to let them in. But yeah,
Derek, you know what you might have to do?
What?
You might have to dangle Lamar.
I was thinking you could probably get, like, 2 good pieces for Lamar, bro.
You'll have somebody buy that Lamar. Because the one thing about the quarterback position, and I don't want him, so I ain't trying to tell you this. I ain't telling you this to set him up. But when you look at somebody like C.J. Stroud that's just sitting out there, you could just trade Lamar and pick up C.J. C.J. has been given the last 3 weeks. He's given a dub. The last 3 weeks.
he's got that attachment. You don't want to give up Lamar.
No, I just want to see how my team goes from
And I
after
mean,
the one trade.
Lamar,
Week 1 we had our best week. The week after we make that trade.
Lamar
so I do
gave
want
you
to see.
28 back-to-back weeks.
So I do
for
want to
sure.
see what's the progression after that. Like, do we stay consistent? And then after that, yeah, I might see what else I could do.
After that, it's gonna be too late, bro. Go on 5. There's no. This is the week for you to make something happen. And again, I don't really want shit off your team, but for you to not have like
Derrick Henry had a rushing TD and a passing TD for me the other night.
You might as well just put him at QB.
okay, Madden. But yeah, the only way I can see your team get it because you're not gonna trade one of your running backs. I mean, you could try to trade Travis Kelce.
I'll be looking to trade Travis Kelce or for Travis Kelce. I'm
The
looking for a
best
tight end.
value you
Look at
have.
his face. He is not thinking about it.
You falling in a Kyron category for me.
No,
because
I'm-
this is
But he did do a trade though.
he did, but he's 0-4.
But
He
I'm-
did that trade and he lost.
And now I'm gonna see
Going
what happens.
0-5 means your year's done, and this is not real life where you get a pick. So I mean, you no, by all means, you can see what happened. Again, like I said, I don't want Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, and
I'm
then
not
Travis
saying-
Kelce also just came off a terrible game, like awful.
What do you
just
need
know
on
in
your
order,
team?
The
But
Jets
just-
defense was looking nice.
In order for your team to get better and to save your season, you're going to have to give up something. You're not finna shake up shit by talking about who want DeAndre Swift. Somebody gonna want him, but
You're not finna get nothing and change that.
Yeah,
It's
no,
gonna
I'm gonna have to trade
Make
Kelce or
your team
Lamar.
better.
No, Kelce or Lamar would have to be dangled.
Yeah, that's all.
Who has CD Lamb?
Cape Pierre, dude.
You know who got?
Oh,
CD.
so
I got
Terrence just sent you a trade there.
I got CD Lamb every
Uh-huh.
year. That's my
What's
boy.
the trade?
I don't know enough to say if
I
this
asked
is
for
really
Alvin
good or
Kamara.
really bad, but I don't.
So
He wanted Lamb, Matthews, and Kirk.
No.
He didn't hear what he was getting back.
I have no tight end, so he can't get Mark Andrews.
Oh, he's giving you one back.
Okay.
It's Debo, Hawkinson, Kamara, and Teddy.
Teddy Bridgewater?
No, I don't. McLaren.
Oh, Terry.
Terry.
Oh,
Terry.
Terry. You said
Terry McLaurin.
Yeah, he played against the White Sox. He plays against the Bears this week. So easy dubs, 20-point game.
That boy said Teddy who?
Oh, he want to give me Debo Samuel. This actually ain't a bad trade.
You about to see our second trade in franchise history? Because this is our second year of fantasy football. I don't know if I said this
This
last
is when
episode.
you talk about attachment, though. I draft CD Lamb every year.
Oh, now he's the attachment
I'm a
guy.
Cowboys fan. I can rely on what he's gonna give me.
Uh-oh.
But it's fair. Like CD Lamb has 50.5 points this season. Debo Samuel has 50.6. Mark Andrew has 41 points. TJ Hawkinson has 42. Christian Kirk has 43. Terry has 43. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna tell him that ain't bad.
You need some time to think on
But
it.
Uh-oh.
I gotta look over.
He a little stuck.
Uh-oh.
That's a long way from when he first heard the trade. He was like, "Oh hell no!"
I just want to
think
see
it's 'cause he
good. I
said
think
Teddy.
player movement goes. I just want to see it happen.
It's because he said Teddy, not Terry, right?
Yeah.
He talking about some Teddy.
Yeah, I heard Teddy. I was like, yeah,
Bridgewater.
Teddy Bridgewater with the Lions. God, yeah. But no, I like that. I can maybe do me some Portland Trailblazer. I can start flipping.
Smalls' team is so bad that there's nothing I would even want to trade for.
Nothing.
He tried to give me Joe Burrow and
You
Jamar
can't even take
Chase.
Jamar Chase because Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase is a package.
Yeah.
If I don't want Joe Burrow, I don't want Jamar Chase.
What do you try to get back for you for that?
He tried to rob
Lamar.
him.
He tried to get Lamar Jackson and
Was it Derrick Henry?
Let me look at it. I had.
Oh,
typed it in
yeah,
the
he
chat.
tried.
I remember I looked at that trade and said, "Oh hell no, absolutely not,
Hold on.
absolutely
Scroll up.
not."
He wanted Lamar, Stephon Diggs, and Elliott,
That's what was
Burrow,
Stephon Diggs.
Jamar Chase, and Michael Thompson.
Because we were
and
saying,
Pickens.
damn, Derrick just got Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
Shit, relax, Smalls.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Mike, what you got over there
What you mean?
on your team?
I got
Don't say Tyreek Hill because I know you ain't trading him. As far as movable assets,
I think Aaron Jones, Josh Jacobs,
you keep saying Jones.
Josh Jacobs. That's really. I feel like the people on my team, not everybody gonna win. I got Gabe Davis on my bench. I got Isaiah Pacheco on my bench. Hunter Henry.
That team's so weak.
But we're 4-0.
Just 'cause you ain't played against me
draft
yet.
grade is what he. is
That,
that-
yeah, because that was my draft grade.
Yeah,
we got a
no.
D-. I love how Kyron's team name is just Kyron's year 2 prospect team.
And they definitely
He's just trying to get.
prospects.
He's just trying to get better.
So
out of it.
damn weak. What else we got going on?
Sorry. I was texting my girl. I keep having this reoccurring problem with my freezer.
It's
freezing too much?
Over freezing.
Yeah, but we done a couple things. I stopped putting stuff in the freezer. Like I don't really have much in the freezer. I have a couple of items. Anything else, it's just like we just won't have it. You know what I'm saying? We have a fancy refrigerator where you got like these touchscreen knobs and shit. Turned the freezer down to the lowest level. And now it's still having this thing where I woke up today and I got some cereal and the milk wasn't warm, but it wasn't as cold. Like when you know, it's certain like you know when you know certain things.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like when you go in your fridge and you touch something, it's like, hold up. This is cold, but this shit ain't as
It ain't
cold
cold.
as it normally is. This is off. The same way when you could tell a light bulb is finna go out. Like it's bright in here, but this light bulb is a little dim than it usually is. So you could just
I
tell.
need to change my bathroom one. Like when you cut it off, it'll go off, then it'll flicker, and then go off. And I'm just like, I just need to change.
You watch too many scary movies too.
What you mean?
That's a scary movie staple, the light flicker.
Yeah.
Other than that, man, I'm just bowling.
Yeah.
We can wrap up. I know you be scared because the people get on your head. We can wrap up. So wrap it up.
Be sure to leave a like. TCWtour.com. RSVP for Denver. Completely free.
Let us know any other ideas too. Jersey episode, unexpected. Any other things that we can do? We got the Halloween up there. Thanksgiving, we should all dress up.
As
I'll
what?
be a turkey. Jive turkey.
And he gonna be the stuff.
All right. Get us out of here. Thank y'all. Leave a like. See you soon. See you soon.
Peace.